Oh, the show start. It's 5 o'clock. I didn't even hold on a second. Hold on a second, because I didn't even realize it's 5 o'clock. Me there up on TikTok, I try to see if we can log on this side, but it's not popping up. But in the meantime, while you are there, let me remind you what's going on. It's the TDP show with artist Craig Kirkland, aka Amaziyah the Great. And maximum respect and love to every single individual all across the world. Every man, woman, boy, and girl. Tell them precisely.
They say it's a free world, free speech. Fear not. If you've got your story to share, there's a global audience anticipating to hear. Be bold, be truthful. Tell them precisely. Join us on youtube.com, Great Amaziyah, for the TDP show. Sundays at 5 p.m. And this is not about just interviewing artists only, but we want to interview everybody. Players of instruments, comedians, poets, actors, actresses, dancers, people with talents who now get fair share. And remember, it's all about honesty, the truth about your opinion. We want the world to know. Amaziyah the Great, tell them precisely.
Precisely. Yes, yes, yes. From yard to abroad, big respect to everyone who is here on the live. Big respect to fans them who never get to tune in but will watch the after live. Big respect to all supporters. Big respect to my team. I'ma call them my team because these four wonderful ladies. Let me start off with Maxwanette, a poetess, Antonia Valaire. Who else did I get? Verona. It's not like I don't remember your name, but you know, who me left out? I leave someone out. So Maxwanette, Verona, and Empress Neflyena. So maximum respect. I hope I call everybody name correct, and I hope I did not say it the wrong way. Streaming also on TikTok here. Big respect to all of the TikTok fans, and Uno on the YouTube who make this possible. I feel honored, I feel happy, I feel elated. All these women talks highly about me. I will not talk too much about me. I will allow them to talk about me. They like talking about me. But they will talk more about themselves. You get me? As they are authors. Well, Coach Verona is not really an author yet, but Maxwanette says indeed she can be an author if she put forth the effort. So, you know, I hope they are listening to me and remember that yeah, you can be an author too, Verona. So my vibe wouldn't look a bit before me introduce my first guest. So yes, a lot of people know me as Amaziyah the Great. Some will call me Craig Kirkland from Spanish Town, Jamaica. And we decide we go and do the TDP. Hey, so all along, I'm sure no what go on. All along with up on the screen. No, all along with up on the screen. See? Me not press live, go live on TikTok. So I be calling out to people and I say, hey, how are you doing? Maximum respect to the TikTok fans. I didn't press go live. Oh my word. Oh my word. Special big respect to Pawtucket Poets who've been promoting the TDP show non-stop. You get what I say? Hold on the people before we bring on the guests. Oh yes, it live now. So I don't even remember what me that gonna say, but let me get straight to our guest who is here. Oh, the whole of them there. People, all of them are there. I see Empress. Okay, I'm gonna bring her in without no further delay. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring forth to you a wonderful lady, friend of mine from New York. How are you doing, Empress V?
Hi, good day to you. I'm doing well. I'm doing
Okay,
well.
so it's a pleasure to have you here on the TDP show. Noreen Snyder is there. She says hello to everyone. Noreen Snyder, maximum respect. and thanks for joining in.
Thanks for
Empress, there should be, hold on a second. Okay. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Pleasure to
I'm
have you
happy to
here.
be here. Happy to be here with you. One of my mentors.
Thanks. Thanks very much. I really do appreciate that. How did it all start and did I become your mentor? I know
Well,
already, but let the people know.
okay. So for many years, I've been writing, maybe a little more than 10. And even from a child, I used to love to sit and just write stories and things like that and act out. But, life began early. So I didn't really pursue any of that, start to go to work and so forth. But when, nothing like when trouble hits your door and you revert back to the one thing you knew, and that was to pray and to seek God, right? And as I started to do all of that and read, I noticed that everything that I was going through life with is written in the scriptures. So I wasn't reading to become this theologian, but to understand life itself. So there were many times that I used to put my posts on Facebook and I was told, why don't you put these things into a book? But every time that I tried to do that, it wasn't feasible. Illustrations, editors, so forth, underwriters, and the cost was too much, but I still continued to write. So after a while now, these years have gone by and I'm still writing. And I happened to was doing some Bible studies and I had wrote like 6 chapters at the time. I said, "Oh, I can take a break now. I'm 6 chapters ahead." And I'm going to my kitchen to make a cup of tea and I hear my spirit man, that little small voice that sounds like yours. And it says, "What about the book?" And I was like, well, to myself, I've been trying all these years, nothing has happened with it. And I come back to my bedroom with my tea and I turn the TV on. And every commercial after the show I was watching was about Christian authors. And I said, okay, this is 2 signs now. Let me write down these phone numbers. Let me make some phone calls. It was the same thing from prior years before. And then I have this prayer line that I go on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. And as I go on there, the Reverend pronounces to me that it's time for me to do my book and that it wouldn't cost me $1. So after I got off that line now, I said, okay, I've heard this person speak before. So you know what? I'm going to be obedient. I have too many signs not to be obedient. So I start to put everything together in Google Docs. And it didn't take me long because I had all the material already. But when it came to getting started to do the book, I was like, Craig just came out with his book. Let me call Craig and ask Craig how he went about it. So he's like, you go to KTP and you can start off there. And I had a lot of glitches and a lot of things. But I called him, he called me. He texts me, I text him. So he really gave me the jump start. And although I had glitches, I was able to finish everything in like 3 days. And on that fourth day, I got an email that my book would be published. So I had to let Craig know the good news. And for all of those who are aspiring to do something, let me tell you this: there's no expiration date on success. There's no expiration date on how old you may be for something to happen for you. What is for you is going to be for you. And my books are basically, all of them are labeled faith. And
So
it's,
before you get into the book titles, so let our viewers know, where are you from and why did you choose to be an author?
well, I'm originally from England, born of Jamaican parents. and traveled and finally made it here to New York. Um, that's my background. I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother. I went to colleges and also trade schools as well. So my book also is
Before you
about.
get hold up, V. Before you get to the book, you say you went to college and trade school. So what was at that time? What were you looking to forward to do? Were you thinking you would be an author then?
No, I wasn't thinking no lines on being an author because, as I said, life started early for me, my first child. So therefore, you pick up a job and then you educate yourself by going to college, by going to schools, picking up things here and there. So, the author got set aside then because here I am, I have a family that I have to provide for. So, schooling took precedence to all of what I really liked to do. I couldn't see, I would have been a starving author at that time. So
Okay.
I went into the medical field, which my family is full of that. So I decided to join that, became a surgical intensive care technician for many, many years. So worked medical field for like 35 years. So when I retired about 10 years ago, that's when I really started writing even more.
Okay.
So
Nice. Nice.
yeah,
And your first book is what?
your faith will see you through.
Faith will see you through. Um. Uh. That's faith. Faith. So faith lead to success is which one?
Faith Lead to Success. That was my fourth book, and this one is Faith Provides. I'm very big on faith because once you utilize your faith, it does see you through. And that's the first book, Your Faith Will See You Through.
Faith will see you through. So there you have it, folks. You can do check out her book on. Are they on all over or they're just on Amazon?
They're on Amazon only for now.
So while this one is on the screen, what will readers expect to get from this book?
Well, I start off usually about what faith is. I tell a little of my story from desperation to salvation, and it has little paragraphs and just encouragement, encouraging words, various titles, various things that we go through in life is written there along with scriptures to back it up as well. So that's basically what it is.
Yes, we are so delighted and happy to have you here, Empress Neflyena. It was indeed pleasure. So I must give it maximum respect and thanks to the beautiful Miss Antonia Valaire because she was indeed one of the first person I could reach out to back in Jamaica, and she taught me how do I get the book published. And as she be sitting watching or be on stage at the moment, kudos goes out to her because if she never passed that knowledge on to me, I could never pass it on to you, Empress.
That
So before I allow you or ask you to talk about um, any other of the books, is there a part in the book that you would want to share for our audience? Do you have any of those with you? I can give you time. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. No, you don't have to leave our screen now. I can
no,
go to
I
a
have
quick.
my laptop here. I can just pull it to the side here.
Okay, because I wouldn't want you walking off screen. I could go to a quick break, and then I could come back at you. But in the
Okay,
meantime,
I'll
in
pull
the
up something.
meantime, okay. In the meantime, while you're doing what you're doing, let me say welcome to. Let me see who is here now. Maxwanette is also here watching. Coach Verona is also here. These women, people, are powerful women that help me to grow as I go. So let me introduce, while you're looking for what you're looking for, the beautiful Miss Maxwanette. Even though I'm closing her out with the show, because she seems to be the energy goddess, and she said, "Amaziyah, the show gonna be nice." So may I keep Fear part for last, but let me bring her on real quick.
Greetings, Amaziyah.
Greetings, greetings.
Empress.
Greetings.
How is everybody doing today?
Good, good, good.
Boy, we need some music in the background, man. We got to lively up ourselves and don't take no joke. Come on, people, wake up. We're gonna need a little music.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think about that still, but let me see if I can find. No, because copyright reason, I just remember. So I
Oh
try not to
boy.
play. Yeah, I try not to play because the channel monetized. Me no want them take it away from me and say that because of copyright infringement, blah blah blah.
We have to go
So I try.
sing then.
Huh?
We're gonna have to sing.
I forgot see when I'm bringing Coach. You ready? You ready, Empress?
Yeah.
All right, Empress, I go read for you a little bit.
Okay, this one is entitled Still at the Gate. Travel is always a good thing. When we get to the terminal, we receive a boarding pass. We take our seats at the departure gate and wait to embark the aircraft. Then shortly, the aircraft will take off to a new destination. Many have heard the call to board yet are still at the gate. The announcement has been made saying final call, yet the state of mind has made them stagnant and they've remained still at the gate. In order to reach one's full potential, one must be ready to taxi down the runway of life and level off in flight. God can't place you where you need to be if you're still at the gate. One coming on board is vital. Only then will the flight be enjoyable. As you soar to new heights, the descent will fill you with excitement even more spectacular at the prospects of your arrival. Upon your arrival, you will claim his rewards to a new thing. His word declares, therefore, the Lord waits to be gracious to you, and therefore exalts himself to show you mercy. In Isaiah 43:19, he says, behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? It would even make a road in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. We must continue on the journey in its entirety, for God is leading the way. Don't miss your call while still at the gate. Thank you so much for your listening ears.
Thank you so very much indeed. I do appreciate that and very powerful indeed. Maxwanette,
Yes, yes, my dear.
how do you think she went on with that beautiful piece?
I love the way she worded it. It was worded very, very well. It
Thank
gave me a moment. I had to stop and really just go, oh, okay, okay. I catch that. I catch that. Yes, I liked it. I liked it very much.
thank you.
And so, and so far, Empress, you have produced how many books in total?
5.
Oh,
Five,
beautiful.
10
five
years
books.
of writing, so I've had them all these things already written down and stored away.
Wow. I can relate to that. I can relate to that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So your process have been growing tremendously because it's not, it's not a long time before you put all these books together. In what time period did you produce all these books?
I'll say 2 years. I kind of spaced some of them out. The editing is what took the longest. You go over and you have to read everything again, precisely, periods, commas, all of that. So it took a while. I didn't rush it. The material was already there, so that was the easy part. It wasn't like I was just starting to sit and write.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, I got to say congratulations.
Thank
I,
you.
st- I can remember when I was walking you through the process, and now you've produced so many different books. I'm still, I'm at my second book anyway, but it's really a joy knowing that you're doing all these great works, inspiring people. Um, you're growing up. You say, um, life as you would say, life start from life started when you were pretty young, you say?
Yes, I had my first child at 17. So
Oh, so
I
it's
was going to college
life
and
started
working.
from when you were born, but a greater life started.
Right, right. So when I say that, I mean like I couldn't really write as how I wanted to really aspire to be even a journalist or anything because I had a family now to take care of.
So with females who encountered early pregnancy and feel like, this is not, how they would want their life to be, or they are facing traumatic moments or feeling depression, what would be, because that's a perfect example, because you went through the hardship, you faced it, you go through, and you have become an author now we can look at and learn from. What would be your advice to, you know, teenagers who go through early pregnancies?
You do your best, some people will say, my kids tell me all the time, oh, everybody's not like you, but you know what, I had to be strong when I had no choice. I had to be courageous when I had no choice. I had to put them first, my children first. So necessity becomes the mother of invention. So I did every little thing. I babysat, I did people's hair besides having jobs and so forth. But as I said earlier, that there's no expiration date on miracles and on success. When it's your time, it definitely will be your time. You just got to be positive and continue looking forward and not look back. I tell people we walk forward, we drive forward. Even if the wind blows heavy, you will turn around and walk backwards, but it's only for a short while. So keep positive and know that it is not the end. It is definitely not the end. There's always room for more. There's always room at the top. So just keep your eye on the goal. When the time comes, it will come. Sometimes we looking for this overnight success. Nothing happens overnight. Many great inventors, actors, and so it took them many, many times. Somebody asked me one time, where's the richest place on earth? And, I was thinking of things like Taj Mahal, all these pyramids in Egypt. I was thinking about wonderful things like those. And a person let me know that the richest place on earth is the graveyard because many have gone with their dreams and gone with their ambitions. Everything is buried there. So there's songs we will never hear, inventions we will never hear about, artwork we will never see, only because of what somebody may have said or lost hope. So especially if you have a dream and an aspiration, don't let somebody tell you that you can't. You can, and it will happen for you as it happened for me. And like I said, there's no expiration date on age, no expiration date on miracles, no expiration date on nothing in this life. It's only you that quit.
Thank you so very much for that.
Thank you for
Uh,
having me.
it's a pleasure. Uh, we have about 5 minutes or so with you, but before I do that, I want to see who is okay. I'm not seeing Antonia yet, but Verona, let me bring you on to the stream because you've been there listening behind the screen. I want to know what your take on so far. I want to hear, if there are any questions that Verona would want to ask Empress, and I also would want to know if there is anything Maxwanette want to say to the Empress.
So, the beautiful poem is Victoria. I liked it. Don't get left at the gate. So, sometimes somebody has to escort us in, and that's why we have gatekeepers too.
That's nice. I like that take.
Hold on, before are we talking about poetry and the
No,
book?
we were talking about her book, and do not
Oh,
get
but
left
okay, okay. Cause Juliet said left out and let in. I'm like, okay, all right. It's just my mind. I think some things I never know how to really ask it, but continue. I don't know why my mind is like that.
It's okay, my dear.
Yeah,
It's
basically
okay.
that was basically like a lot of us. I use the analogy of an aircraft and going to a terminal and taking a flight, and we're like that even in life. We're there
Yeah.
sitting and we're there waiting, and we're considering, do I go forward or do I just stay here? And a lot of times, if we don't make that first step, we can lose out on what life has to offer.
So
A lot
right.
of times we are contemplating, well, what if it doesn't this or what if it doesn't that? But I say, what you see, those two letters, my dad told me many years ago, because we went somewhere and I said, this is going to be all day. You're not going to get through and this, that, and the other. What if this? And he said to me, those two small letters make one word, as small as it is very big in life. If I only knew. He said, never let if be a question that you ask. So you have to forge ahead. No matter how tough it looks, you must always give something a chance because you never know what may happen for you. Thank you.
So
That is
true.
indeed correct, Max.
Yes. I really can relate to Empress Victoria because as a single mother, I get it. That's why I said I get it. When I told you the first time I get it, I was like, yeah, I get it. I know what that role is being a mom and, having your family and everything. And the fact that I'm glad you didn't stop writing because many people stop. So it's beautiful to see that no matter what was going on, you still kept writing.
Yes.
Best time
So
to write.
Yeah,
as you mentioned,
because I wasn't a person that talked about what I was going through or what I was
Hmm.
doing. It also became an outlet for me. It's not until I got like on TikTok or Facebook that I really got talkative about situations. As they say, what's the word they use today? Transparent. Because I would be like, oh, I'm not talking about that. I'm not telling people my business. But I became that person, more talkative now.
Mm.
it's
Again, I
nice.
can relate.
Yeah, because you think sometimes that you're the only person that's going through something, and then you find out it's not just you, there's
Mhm.
many more. And if you can
Right.
share your experience with someone or even someone worse, younger, going through it, it kind of helps them get to where they got to go.
Well, we
Makes
do thank you
sense.
for very much for that, and we do happy and appreciate the fact that you put these in writing because only with documentation people can really um, find out about what you've experienced, and they can relate to it and will relate to it, and it will also help to strengthen and motivate them. I'm happy when we do events like these because everybody is running after the hype and what's trending, but we emphasize and focusing on what's real, what they can relate to and feel, you know the sense of gaining knowledge somewhat. So we appreciate all creatives, not just us here on this platform, but all others out there because there are a lot of negative energy. And when we fight the fights and we try to stay positive and do the positive things, that's the only thing our generation to come can relate on. Because if we don't do it today, who else will?
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, I thank you for having me, and it was nice to meet you ladies as well. And thank you so much, Craig Kirkland, talented. For years, I've been following Craig. It's got to be like over, I would say, about 10 years from Facebook, from poems to movies to still watching, still watching. Thank you all so much. Much love and much respect to you all.
Before you go,
Yeah.
I asked you about our young woman.
Hmm.
Um, what advice would you give to our youth? And also, but I'm gonna go to a quick break. When we come back, we want advice from you to our boys. Because today, not many boys are taught how to be men. Any words of encouragement? And also, I would want you to give them your connections, like how can persons reach you? If they want personal copies of your book, will they be able to get copies, or they are only available on Amazon, all those stuff? But please hold for a quick break. Let me take it in a few. Let me see. So welcome again to the show, Maxwanette and Coach Verona, Empress. Big respect in every aspect. I do appreciate you being on here. Talking about the young youths, let's go on the youths. Talking
What's
about
domestic violence?
violence.
I can answer that, Kasai. Domestic violence is hurting or someone that that loved you or any kind of way.
Domestic violence is also about hurting somebody for no reason.
Her relationship wasn't smooth sailing, so she told him goodbye. He yelled, "Hey, if you ever leave, damn, you're gonna die. I'm the one who make you and I'll break you. Go on if you wanna try."
Hey guys! Welcome back to
Kids,
Support Kids
today we're going to be doing a reaction video
on My Name is Pam
by Amaziyah the Great.
Thank you, Amaziyah the Great, for this video. Before we get started, don't forget to
Like,
subscribe, and hit that notification bell to see us upload our new videos and go live.
Sorry, guys.
Oh my God, show off. That's a show off, so what going?
Oh, is that show off thing? Una don't start in, una don't start. Look, I'm ready. I'm ready. Una don't start.
Yes, Empress, can we reach the first quarter of the show? So Empress, about that thing about advice to our youth and tell them where we can find you and all that.
Well, I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook by my name, Empress Victoria. I'm on Instagram by Empress Victoria, is only one of me. And I'm on Facebook by my given name, birth name, Neflyena Vernon. And as far as the youths, there's going to be things that you don't understand. There's going to be things that you're going to want to try because you're going to lean onto your own understanding. But two people in life that I find to be favorites of mine are children because of their innocence and the things they say, and because of our elders, because they have experienced things. And, a lot of times young people feel like elders don't know anything, or we're old fashioned, or we don't know what's going on today. All we do is just because we don't talk about certain things that will make you feel like we haven't experienced what you're going through. So therefore, speak to your elders, ask questions. Experience does teach, but at the same time, some things are not, you don't have to go through everything to learn everything. You can take advice from others. As I said before, I'm a mother. I have 4 sons. They age from 32 to 40. And they would tell you, one of them used to call me the correction officer. And I did give them a way to go, but also to give instruction that they could follow, because no parent wants to go, and I was not going to identify anyone. And they see the things of the world. They heard about the young men that lost their lives or not pursuing a job or a career, who ended up selling drugs and things like that. And these things also look glamorous. And yes, you want the beautiful things, but you see, your hard work and drive and tenacity will be priceless. Other things can become very costly and cause you either a prison term or worse, the grave. So you always have to put the effort in. You have to try, no matter how hard. Don't stop trying. Ask questions. Read, knowledge gives wisdom to decisions as well. Read, search out things. Don't worry about the next man, because at the end of the day, it's all about you. And that's basically what I have to tell the young people. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to speak on what's going on, because there's always answers to a situation. Don't get yourself caught up in what the struggle is or the situation is. Always seek the solution. Sometimes my children will say, "Oh, you don't have no empathy, you don't have no sympathy." It's not that. I do, but I don't waste time on speaking about the same thing that has happened 3 weeks ago. Let's get to the solution of the matter. Let's get to the cause why we have this effect. There's always an answer to every situation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to be here. At this time, let me give some persons some mention. Noreen Snyder been here from Noreen. Noreen has always been on the platform before the live even starts, all the while. Maximum respect, Noreen. You've been supporting over the years. Neil says it's great seeing you guys. Where is this comment? Okay, where is it? It's great seeing you guys on this show. Laurie says, Empress, you have so much wisdom in your words. You get me? So who else is there on the YouTube? Big respect to everybody here on TikTok also. Baby girl, maximum respect. Miss NG, maximum respect. Everybody here, maximum respect. Names too much to call. But let me go to a quick break again, advertising on an event, and then we get back to you, Miss Verona Wellness. Empress, you can still stick around if you want, or you can continue to watch off screen. I'm waiting on Antonia Valaire.
I'm gonna watch off screen.
Okay, not a problem. So it's a pleasure having you here. Thanks so very much. Big respect. And people, do this way. Yeah. Do go support this phenomenon. Why is she gone off? Well, anyway, go support her. This is what we do. We support talents. We support people who are helping to motivate and inspire our youth, our people, because it's not just the youth them alone need the guidance and the advice and all that. So, but there is one quick ad I want to run to before I get into you. Before I start with you, Coach Verona. I don't know what kind of things. I'm guessing on the coconut water. No, all right. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, real quick. I need to play a quick ad. We got to show maximum respect. When we see persons, go through the extreme, we have to highlight them. We have to highlight their events also. So without further delay, people do go support this event this coming Thursday. And some other dates are there.
Yo! Talking poetry this Thursday. I could never stay on my bed asleep. The way the film Columbus Ave, that's where I trod. You won't see me on another street. Poems I write, I recite. I could not be attended and never speak. My poetic flows of ladies hook. Look, they got my book saying, Craig, you forever sweet. Genuine like leather seed. Flow right, clever speech. Make it glow like you never see. Talking poetry this Thursday, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. The place that you want to be. Tell them precisely.
In Pawtucket, Rhode Island. So all of the Rhode Islandian them, the Rhode Islanders, the Rhode Islandians, from who live in Rhode Island, please go check out Pawtucket Poetry this Thursday. And yeah, big up. So wagwan, what's up? Coach Verona, it's been a while. How have you been?
Indeed. Thank you for having me on your platform. My apologies for declining your first offer to be on your platform. So I want to take this moment to say thank you for this golden opportunity to be on your platform as a contributor. So thank you for having me.
Thank you so very much for being support. So people, let me tell you now, I'm going to look a bit about Coach Verona. So she knew me when I was a small child. She knew about me, but she is originally from Jamaica. She left and she become foreigner. So now she's living here for the longest while. And when I came, her sister introduced. It was one of these same TDP show. I was back in Jamaica, and the show did go on until she been following it since I came, and then I was in Florida, and she been support tremendously, and she still support regardless what go on, and it elates my heart just to see how she growing. She's told me she is what the name you said it was?
Holistic wellness coach. Holistic wellness coach.
She said she's a holistic wellness coach. I mean, I really know what that means. I never get time to look it up, but I would want her to tell me what is a holistic coach. But before you tell the people that, when she told me, I said if she is a coach that hold the stick, and she said no, it's not like that. But Verona, what is a holistic coach for those like myself who don't know?
So in simple form, it's just somebody who caters to the entire being and not just one aspect of the person's life, but look at the whole person. So instead of just looking at your social life or physical or stuff like that, we look at the whole 8 aspect of one's life.
Okay, interesting. And why did you choose to be holistic coach? May I ask?
So I, based on the fact that my own health started deteriorating, should I go back a little further? So I am from Jamaica, originally born and grew up in St. Thomas and Reach, our Portland Reach, Jamaica, and that's where I know Craig from. So coming to the United States, and maybe I should talk a little about myself, or maybe you'll ask those questions later, I'm not sure.
Feel free, because I never write down nothing to ask. I just flow free.
Yes. And, a little about me. I was told I was born in St. Thomas, Jamaica, but my mom bring me to Portland when I was about maybe like 5 years old. And, 5, 6 years old. And as I can remember. And so I grew up there with my mom and my younger siblings and older brother, our brothers, I should say. But we were kind of scattered as a family. But however, we always see ourselves as a family. No matter where we are in this universe, we always see ourselves as a family. And so, through all of that, my ups and downs from Portland, from St. Thomas to Portland, and from Portland to, from Portland to St. Catherine, I migrated here to the United States after meeting this beautiful guy by the name of Joshua Charles Brown. He's now late. I am the daughter of Rosalind Minot and Arnold Angus, who is also late. I have 4 brothers and 3 sisters, and I'm the 6th child for my mom. What else should I say about myself? So back to coming to America. After being here, I get advice from family members of my husband that I should, become a home health aide. So I started out in the healthcare sector as um, a childcare worker working for Melva's daycare. Then from Melva's daycare, I went on to working for Staten Island Community Home Care and the home health aid field. From there, I went on to getting certificates as well in nursing assistant, which I was working in facilities alongside nurses, doctors, and stuff like that. I then went on and get my certificate in phlebotomy. I have no college degree or anything like that. I become a holistic coach, like I said, because after being in the healthcare sector for a while, my own health started deteriorating. And so because of that, I decided to start pursuing getting back my health on track. And how it all started was in church because I was brought up in the church from I was a child. But then, being in the first day church or Sunday church, my mom brought us up in the Sunday church. But then I end up in the Seventh day Adventist church because of my sister, my middle sister. And so from there, my faith has kept me along the way. Like I said, my health was deteriorating, and that's how I become a holistic wellness coach. Why
That
holistic wellness coach? Go ahead, my brother.
Tommy, I said that is very interesting, and I'm loving the story.
Yeah.
Uh, Also, someone has something to say to you, but do remember what you were going to say. I hate to cut across people when they're talking, but I just couldn't stop to commend you.
It's okay.
So Laurie says, "Wow, Verona, you are very motivated and determined to succeed impressively."
Thank you so much, Maureen. Or Lorraine.
Laurie,
Lori, thank you. I so yeah, and not to stray away from what I was saying. Because of and I keep repeating myself because of my health started deteriorating. And when I said my health, my mental health, my physical health, everything was in shambles after losing my husband in 2005, Joshua Charles
wow,
Brown. My health became in shambles in 2009, and I become a single mother in 2005 when he passed, and I was left to bring up my daughter on my own with my family back in Jamaica and just a few of them here, which was my oldest sister. I'm not sure if I should mention their names, but
no,
my
that's all right. That's all right because
yeah.
Coach Verona, it it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of bravery to be, you share information that never had to, and I still have to commend you because there are people who can and will relate to your story. So hats off for you for that.
And
Alumni take my hat off, but yeah,
this month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I think it's also Self Care Awareness Month. And so it is important for me to talk about this and why I become a
true,
holistic wellness coach.
true.
Because sometimes we only see the bag or we only go after the bag. And I was going like an energizer bunny, as you often say. Like I cannot be burnt out or nothing could go wrong. And so I would work 80 hours, 60 hours, and stuff like that while still caring for my daughter, going to these vocational classes and stuff like that to put food on the table and keep a roof over her head and try to send something back home for my mom at times, which wasn't often, but I would do it at times. And so, and so, Alexa, stop. Thank you. And so, yeah, that is how I decided, okay, I think it's time for me to step into my fundamental or fundamentalistic, um, you know, goal to help other people and myself, not just myself, but other people, because it's important for people to be aware, not just to go after the bag, but to make sure they're taking care of themselves. And it says it takes a village to raise a child, right?
Yeah.
I was a single mother, and yes, I did have to get assistance to bring up my daughter. And there were times when I had to leave her behind to go to work and stuff like that. And those moments were hard and devastating. And sometimes she even talks about it. But the reason, like I said, becoming a holistic wellness coach is for those simple factor. You know, one need to remember that they are not just, it's not just about the financial gain only. We are all spiritual being, and we have 8 dimensional aspect to us. And so we all need to be mindful of those things.
Quite so, quite so. Yeah, your story is very interesting. We got about 10 minutes to wrap up with your side, but Coach Verona, you are not just a holistic coach. Let me put me and you on screen for a minute. I want to be there with you while I say these things.
Yes,
So,
thank you.
so not just only that, you are a breath of fresh air. You are a beaming light. You are, solid as a rock. You are strength. You are vision. You are hope. Um, and why I have to always talk about you. So you guys. So any one of you who have my book, you will see Coach Verona's name. You will see Antonia Valaire name. You will see Maxwanette name. You will see Michelle's name from New York, and you will see Tracy Ann. All those ladies motivates me, inspire me, support me. So let me talk a little bit more about Verona. So she did not just help me um, by encouragement only. She also gave me advice on, Craig, you need to get that website out. You need to, as it relates to where business is concerned, she encouraged me a lot. And she was one of those who made sure I get up and get things running. I could remember the first time when I was in Florida and I was going through some moments. She was there to say, well, she wasn't there physically because she's in the state of New York, but she was still there from when she was watching my show. She watched my show on YouTube, and immediately, instantly, she started, giving me donations and say, hey, this is to motivate and to continue to do what you're doing. A lot of people see what I've been doing, and it's growing because, of course, this is not where it was. You get me? She was the one who asked, and I said I want her to be on this platform because right over there, up at the top corner, you see my logo. Me get rid of the bird. I got rid of the bird. She was the one who reach out to me and make sure that happened. So kudos goes out again, Coach Verona. Not only that, you are a business woman. You have got some things. Let me see if I can find them. You've got Verona's wellness. How is that? What's up with Verona's wellness?
So Verona's wellness is and I'm gonna just read this. They always tell me I need to have this little elevator pitch that I can do in 1 minute. But okay, Verona's wellness is in business since 2015, is our online destination for top quality health and wellness products and services. We cater to a diverse clientele from holistic doctors to yoga enthusiastic, and even the everyday t-shirt lovers. Our strength lies in our partnership with industry leading companies, ensuring we deliver nothing but the best for our customers. Join us on our journey to a better health with Verona's Wellness. So I'm just reading that because they give it to me as a little elevator pitch. Not
And
what I
you
want
are
to get myself.
and you are the founder and the CEO for Verona's Wellness, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Congratulations on what you're doing. Not only that, Verona has also Verona's Closet, where you can go online and purchase some of her merch. She got a merch store. Do you care to share how people can get to your merch?
So I yes, that's one of my t-shirts I am wearing. I designed it myself. So if you go to veronascloset.com, you can find my t-shirts there. I am also on Facebook, but let's talk about the website. I am at veronascloset.com, and I'm also at veronaswellness.com, veronasbeauty.com, and veronastravel.com. So those are a lot of .coms, but yes, if you want to umbrella it, you could just go to veronaswellness.com. I am also on Facebook at Verona's Wellness, and other platforms like YouTube, LinkedIn, all the major platforms. I'm there as Verona's Wellness.
I just realized you love .com. The website.
Yes, what does that? Yeah. Yes.
No, I'm just saying. I just realized so many that you come with. I see the beautiful Miss Antonia Valaire in the building, but let's see what Maxwanette and Why did I stutter saying I should not be stuttering because she is a phenomenal person. She's been touring all over. She just came from France. I'm talking about Antonia Valaire. Let's welcome her on screen and let's hear what she have to say. And also Max, let me bring the two of them on the screen now because Wagwan, how you doing? How you doing?
Hi, Miss Valaire. I've heard so many things about you.
Wow, Antonia.
Wagwan, everybody. Wagwan, big up.
Respect, Antonia.
Long time I don't see you face to face. You look so awesomely amazing and cool like a cucumber.
I know you're starting to support more, Melib.
So, Wagwan, how you doing?
Yeah. I'm here. Greetings, everyone.
Greetings.
Blessings, Antonia.
So before I wrap up Verona segment, anything that you heard that you wanna add, anything you wanna say to her, Maxwanette or Antonia?
Well, personally, I love the entire holistic wellness. I must link with you, my dear, because that is a journey I also have been on for quite some time. So it's nice to see. I did not even know about you until today.
Thank you.
So no, that's not good.
No, it's not good, but thanks for hearing about me today.
Well, technically still you might read about her but never know it was her.
I didn't put the name. I've heard the name, but I didn't know who you were. I never was able to put a face to the name. So, it's good to be able to do that now. And everything that you're saying about holistic, I hope the people and wellness are listening. This is serious business. So respect due to you for that.
Thank you.
Well, what I would say is that it's good that you could identify that your health was going down and you did something about it. So I would say continue the great works and continue to inspire others.
Thank you.
True. Antonia.
It's two of you call her name one time. Oh, God.
Oh, for those who don't know, we love Antonia. That's nothing but love, man. Nothing but love. Go ahead, Craig.
So before I start off with Antonia, um,
Alexa, stop the music. I'm sorry, guys. I'm
You
starting.
see,
all right.
Alexis, go and play your ear.
Anybody want to big up real quick?
So I
Coach
just
Verona.
want to take the time to bless up each and every person that tune in to the live that I asked to come on, and especially my family, my mom, my brothers and sisters, and of course, Craig or Mr. Amaziyah the Great. Thank you for this opportunity once more for being on your live. Miss Valaire and Miss Maxwanette, blessings, and to the former guests, blessings.
Yes, she says, nice to meet you all, Maxwanette, Verona, Antonia. And me, of course, but she not write my name because my name is long, so she never write it. But she talking about me also. So Empress Victoria.
Amaziyah the Great.
Great indeed, precisely. So it's a pleasure, you know, we are one family and we support each other over the years and it never stopped. You get me? It never stopped at no point. Even if me and somebody have a little difference, the difference is it just gone and it done and we continue and it never stop. You get me? So with all of that said, now that we have Antonia on screen, let me see what I go on before me even talk more about Antonia. Antonia just coming off of a world tour from France.
So
Antonia,
how was your tour, Antonia? Miss Valaire, how was your tour?
Oh well, the tour was good. I'm not much of a traveler like Amaziyah. Amaziyah a big time traveler, but I got the opportunity to go to France to represent Jamaica. So UNESCO chose only 10 poets across the Caribbean, and I was chosen to represent Jamaica. And I went to France. I don't speak no French. One thing I know is we. So well, the good thing is that they had translators. So UNESCO had translators, and the poetry festival. No, it's not even a poetry festival. It's a literary festival, and it's one of the biggest festival in Europe. And so it's called Marché de la Posse, and it was superb because I didn't realize, we don't necessarily have something like that in Jamaica, but there was like lots of writers, authors, painters, all type of creative people in one place selling books, selling material. It was awesome. I met a journalist from Congo, so that was awesome. I did an interview there, and I met the Duchess of Luxembourg. So I met famous people. It was really nice. I'm not gonna lie, great experience.
interesting. It's quite nice to see you're representing your country, you're representing your culture on a global scale. I was chatting with Maxwanette a few days or so ago, and I was saying, it's nice how we support each other. It's only that I wish, more of Jamaica would support us. Because even Max said it to me also. She said, Amaziyah, how comes I'm not seeing the people? Because you're so big back in your country as it relates to where media and the whole thing is concerned. How is it that they are not promoting more of what you do? And it's quite sad. Most of the stuff that are promoted are just the negative things. And I have to applaud you and all the poets I've come across with, all the entertainers I've come across with, or whether it be Malachi and the whole poetry school tour team. And I know you are a part of that also. I see the poetry event coming up real soon. Whether it may be my poetry circle here in Rhode Island, in New York, Rasatiba Maximum Respect. Anywhere across the world you are who promote the positive arts. One thing about Maxwanette and one thing about Antonia Valaire and also Lori, you people, and also Verona, because you people just share stuff continuously, never stop. You get me? And that is why I try to keep it in the circle to help to highlight those who show us the respect and the kindness.
And Amaziyah, may I add something though, since you mentioned that? So how I knew about this opportunity, and I must mention it, is a young man by the name of Jamel Brown. Now, this is a young man that I was in a program called the IRI, International Republican Institute, and it's a organization for youths. So I did a youth leadership, and I got selected to represent Jamaica in Damrep. But that's how I met him as a Jamaican, and he saw this opportunity, and he immediately, when he read it, he said, this is for Anton, and he sent it to me. So I want to big up Jamel Brown for seeing that opportunity and being kind enough to share it with me, you know. So I want to give thanks for that, because I'm also always sharing things, you know, on Facebook, WhatsApp. I can't force people to apply to things, but anytime I see an opportunity, sometimes I DM someone personally, like if I know they're into photography or something, or I just share it for everyone to see. But I just want to big up Jamel Brown for, you know, sharing that opportunity, and I got selected. So, you know, big respect.
Thank you so very much for that, Antonia Valaire. Pawtucket Poetry says to all you authors out there, she's writing down all of your names and book titles, website, etc., and she will be researching. Empress Victoria says, Maxwanette, please show. Yes. Yeah, I will. Okay. No, let me tell you this. Empress Victoria and a Maxwanette alone can show off booking us. And make me show. Well, I don't have a physical one yet, but hold on. Let me put it on the screen. But you'll see it better from my screen. Hold on a second.
Children.
Hold on a second.
Oh, there it is.
So that's one of our book, people.
One of many,
yeah. And that one, Prime Minister Youth Award, that book, when I was around 21, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Antonia, shift over a little bit from shift away from the book, look a bit. I can see your face while I talk.
What is the name? What is the name?
You can't go over. I don't know how to move it yet, because I just get accustomed to this thing here.
Just slide over a little.
All right, stay away there. So that's one book so far. And what the next name of the book?
The next book?
Yeah, that one. What the one name again?
Black Gold.
Black Gold. So that's Black Gold, people. If you want to, she's gonna read 2 poems or so on the show. So this is the next copy of the book. Or she might read, what time we have now? Oh, we have only for time. So she's gonna read like 2 poems from each book and make you know what they are. Hey, I forgot I'm talking to an international audience. I should just ease off with the patois.
You better have a translator.
The thing is, some of these people, especially the audience here in Rhode Island, some might not know, you know, the Jamaican dialogue. So
Indeed.
Let me kind of put it in a little bit of English. Englishish. So the next book is called Out of Babylon System, Liberation of Mind. And you will see the name Christina A.V. Williams.
Yeah.
So all books are pen under that name?
They're all Christina Williams, basically.
Okay. Thank you so very much. Beautiful Miss Baby Girl, thanks for joining in on the live. Everybody over here, over there, so thanks you so very much for joining on the live. Antonia Valaire, which one you want to start off reading from? Or are you not ready for that yet?
Wasn't ready yet, but I mean...
Okay, you don't have to be ready. You don't have to be ready. Hold on, a special request is coming up from... a special big up is coming from Rowan. Rowan, the general, Wagwan. That is Verona's brother. as she was on earlier, she bigged them up. You get to me and say, so Verona, your brother heal you up from afar. So I say maximum.
Blessings, maximum respect.
And I respect the fact, say, tune in, Rowan. Walk on. It's been a while.
Tune in.
Me and Rowan used to run up and down and go reach Falls River now.
You nearly frightened me to think I'm my ex-husband, me soon leave. Wow.
I wouldn't dare that. Yeah, so in the meantime, Antonia Valaire, I would want you to see if you can find any one of the books you want to start off with. I'm going to a quick break. So when I take the break, you can find whatever you need to find, and then it's all good from there.
I can't live without a woman. Tell me, can you? I would never hurt a woman. All who believe in prayer, we all need to pray. Can't believe what is happening. These must be the last days. Times are getting scary. The devil's in a rage. Women and children are a target now. We need to see a change. We're losing too many women. Stop the violence against women. We need to love our women and take care of the women. Stop abusing the women. We're losing too many women, yeah. Stop the violence against women. We need to love our women, take care of the women, stop abusing the women. Young girls beware, there are predators out there, don't trust people. They act as if they care. They are wolves in sheep clothing, they are evil. So don't just go on any taxi, and don't just go on any bus. Don't just trust loose faces, no. Suss them out first. Don't make night get you too far from home. Don't get your loved ones nervous. Just think before you act now, pretty. Time is so evil. Now to my big woman friend them, stop stay with the madman them. If every day my beat you and I'll treat you, one day your life in a problem. Girl, now make true money, you stay and fight, because it better you leave if you not treat you right. But don't disrespect and stay out at night. But well, at these days you will lose your life. We're losing too many women. Stop the violence against women. We need to love our women and take care of the women. Stop abusing the women. We're losing too many women, yeah. Stop the violence against women. We need to love our women, take care of the women. Stop abusing the women. Me never see nothing where hurt me so. If you want find God, them say a church you go. But the one with the lead them, with the teach. Can't believe same dirty time. 63 minus 15, no, the 48 that them say we not for judge. But if I had to say that pastor would get 48. Hey, and then the criminal them went upon the taxi route, kidnap the little girls and teach them forbidden fruit. Me have a bag of stone, no me no one shoot. Me wanna feel a lot of pain absolute. We're losing too many women. Ooh, yeah. Stop the violence against women. We need to love our women and take care of the women. Stop abusing the women. We're losing too many women, yeah. Stop the violence against women. Stop it, stop it. We need to love our women, take care of the women. Stop abusing the women. I can't live without a woman. Tell me, can you? I would never hurt a woman. No. We're losing too many women. Stop the violence against women. We need to love our women and take care of the women. Stop abusing the women. We're losing too many women, yeah. Stop the violence against women. We need to love our women, take care of the women. Stop abusing the women. Stop the violence against women. Ooh, just love women. I can't live without a woman. Never hurt a woman, no, no.
Welcome back to the show. Before I say anything, let me give, a warm welcome and big up to my Yaya Nature. Greetings, my family, she says. Love in the house, more strength to I and I works. My Empress, my Yaya Nature, you soon will be next. Remember, we have you, Empress Mayaya, for next Sunday. We have some amazing people that will show up on next Sunday. So Mayaya, I am inviting you on next Sunday. We will talk after the show. Also, we will also be having a wonderful young female on the show. Her name is Bliss, and she is here for next Sunday. Also, we have some other popular faces people know here in Rhode Island and Massachusetts. We have Samani, and she will also be here also on the TDP show. And we have another brother from Rhode Island. Seems like I never load his photo, but that's a surprise. So, I'm not going to give it too much. Anyway, Antonia Valaire, thanks for being in here. Glad you up here. You have wonderful hair.
So begin.
Yes, you may.
All right. So do you want me to read one, like after I read one, then read the other, or do you want me to do it?
So just read. So how many do you want to read? You have like 15 minutes left. So you can justify how much you want to read. No, it's not a problem.
Okay.
Even if you go a little bit over time, Maxwanette not say nothing because you are our picnic too.
Same way.
All right. So I'll see if I can try read 2 from each book. So that's Let's see if I can do that.
So after 2,
right, so,
we take a comment. After the first 2, we take the comment from Coach Verona, and then after the second 2, we take the comment from Maxwanette, and then we'll go to a quick break. Then 1-1.
All right.
So you may begin, please.
All right. I'd like to share this one, Majestic, from Black Gold. I just love this poem. What do you see when you stare at me? What do you believe? What is perceived? Am I valuable, beautiful, like diamonds and tanzanite? On the other hand, am I so rare, like the orchids, that my fragrance make you bow to the knees? Do kings incline my beauty? Am I an empress, like Queen Esther? Is King Solomon the great knowledge of my roots? Is Haile Selassie, Queen of Sheba, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Bob Marley makes you tremble? Does it resonate fair? Is my skin too black to be considered fair? Black. Is it such a disgrace that you bleach? Are you ashamed? Are you afraid to express? Show them that the fire under which you're blazing cannot and will not be tamed. Their stagnant regime forever challenged, outlaw. Surprise them with confidence, never will bow to ignorance. Rise up, people of Zion. Rise up, people of greatness. Do you not know? Royal lineage of kings and queens. Queen Nefertiti, Nubian, Ashanti, Zulu, Kushites. Stand majestic in the face of adversity. Pyramids in Kemet of Ayman roots. Do you not know who you are? Take your throne. Wear your royal covering under God's sovereign. Step with feet, but not with ears. Do not segregate. Uplifting should be in what you meditate. Give thanks.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. And the next one, please.
This one is titled, I Am a Woman. No doubt that I am a woman. Yes, woman. It is in the way I speak to my interaction. Biological identification reinforced by socialization. I am a woman, so strong in mind and action, of which there is no limitation to what I can achieve. The capabilities to work in home and beyond and still be a woman, eccentric, intelligent, and versatile. Why is that you attempt suffocation and indoctrinations of old traditions with no positive intention? My purpose, ordained by God, is not to be interfered. Is it that my inner strength have you scared and frightened? Is it I, being a woman of versatility, mother, sister, daughter, grandmother, lawyer, and all in one, have you flustered? I have ambition to do so much more. Do not get me wrong. A woman can do whatever they wishes. However, a woman should never abandon her responsibilities. A woman should remain true to herself. I send greetings to true Empress. I tell them to contest traditions and ideologies of false indoctrinations and perceptions about women. We are here to break down that barrier and embrace being a woman.
Okay. That one woman, well, how did that came about?
You know, say this poem I write a very long time, but I think this poem, especially in this time, really, you know, it serves its purpose.
Yes,
and
it's
I'm
really
proud to
serves
be
its
a
purpose.
woman, and so I did write about, you know, being a woman. That's how it
Okay,
happened.
interesting. Really appreciating every word you're
And it is
saying. That
under Black Hole, so you know it fit very well with the book.
thank you so very much. Okay, as you mentioned, Black Gold. Where can persons get your books?
Well, all my books are on Amazon. And for those who are in Jamaica, they can DM me. I'm on Facebook as Antonia Valaire or Christina Williams. I'm also on YouTube as Antonia Valaire. I'm on Twitter as Pearls Among Stones, so it's named after my book. I'm on Instagram as well. I'm on TikTok. So as long as I look up Antonia Valaire, Eva Christina Williams, my information will pop up. I'm on Linktree, which you know have all my website and my social media.
And people, for all of you who, if she give all of them name it too long, you can message me and you can message Maxwanette because the whole of we are one connection. You get me? So let me put that out there. So
all of them are my name, but we'll make that clear so people are not confused. They wonder, what's your name? Is Christina Williams or Antonia Valaire? All right, make it clear. So
you mentioned Christina Williams and Antonia Valaire. But me I talk about all of your name out.
Real name.
Huh?
Real names.
No, but what I'm saying is all of the social media handles them. If they forget, they can just reach out to us.
Yeah, but I just wanted to make it clear for people who are listening and they'll be like, okay, is there what those names?
Oh, so our real name is Christina Williams, people, for those who don't know. And our performance name is Antonia Valaire.
Yeah, but it's
so let's make that clear so they all can hear. But we are willing to share. Coach Verona.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about those two pieces?
I think they're beautiful. Like,
I love you guys.
You know, without women, there is no life, right? Although it takes two to form a life, but without a woman, you know, there is no life. So I like the pieces that she did.
Okay. Anything you don't want to say to her?
Continue writing, continue doing uplifting stuff. Because of you, Amaziyah had his first book out and so many others. He wanted to write and you help him to do so. I myself may end up needing your services to maybe write a book one day. I'm not sure, but maybe. We'll see.
I think Maxwanette that I already talk it in existence, so maybe we have to just wait and look out. Yeah, so continue again. You ready, Christina?
Yeah. So me have so much, me can't to
No
decide.
problem. Take your time and go on looking for what you are looking for. We
We're in
are
no rush, darling. You're worth the wait.
we are yes, nobody will kick us out like when we are on another platform and we get kicked out.
I think,
We're
I
done with
want
you.
to.
And as a matter of fact, I'm streaming from 3 different platforms.
Beautiful.
I have
Love
friends
it.
that I
YouTube,
always do,
YouTube,
and yeah, continue. Talking.
Facebook, and LinkedIn, and I'm also on this other device on TikTok. So it's sad that the TikTokers can't see you all.
Mm.
But all on the TikTokers over here, so I am over there, so with 3 beautiful women. Empress Vicky already left, but I'm here with Coach Verona, Maxwanette, and Antonia Valaire. Yo, we go check out our book, Pearls Among Stone. When next to name again?
Oh,
You
from
see, you
Babylon
know.
System, Liberation of Mind and Black Gold.
Liberation of the Mind and Black Gold.
All right, so I read from
Or
the
do
Open
go over
Babylon
YouTube
System.
and you'll get all the info, and I will also post links in the video description of how to get all those people are here book. Good. Continue, Miss Valaire.
Yeah. All right, so this one is titled Revolutionary Minds. I want you to think positive today. Speak up when you have something to say. Stand up and let your voice be heard whenever injustice knocks at your door. Do not be afraid to cry out for mercy. Do not be afraid to cry so the world may be at your knees. Do not be afraid to be vocal, whether foreign or local. Do not be afraid to challenge the stagnant system, whether by voice or by the written work. Let our hearts beat as one with the Congo rhythm. Sing out the great reggae legend philosophy, Bob Marley. One love, one heart, let us get together and feel all right. I and I is a woman of righteousness. Everywhere me step, jobless. Me radical, every vagabond has to scatter, as the power under which is dwell is internalized. Out of me the Almighty specialize, and their wicked cult cannot suffice. So open up your eyes, please do realize. Take away the cobwebs and remove the mask of disguise. See, I prophesy. Paint away the graffiti of one's mind. Remove the zinc fences and cardboard boxes
Live.
that try to deplete. See God and see the devil when he masquerades. Realize his plan is advocates and be aware. It is a physical, a spiritual warfare. Soldiers, put on your armor, prepare for war. Keep your mind open, keep it secure. The gateways to your soul. Protect it with spiritual intervention. If you don't, illusion, delusion, difficult situation under the system manipulation. All an herbal spiritual meditation and revolutionize, modernize. This your man. Give thanks.
Love it.
Blessings and respect. Blessings and respect. Thanks so very much for that, Antonia. Before I go to Maxwanette, are you ready with the next one?
All right. So this one is a tribute to Mandela. And when I wrote it, I was asked to write it at the time because Mandela died, and Michael Sharp is now deceased, and he has a connection to Amaziyah. And that was one of the first time I was going into like a radio studio, so it was recorded. I don't know what happened to that recording. I don't know if it was ever released, but I wrote this at the time. The Black Pearl of South Africa. Jah has walked with a prince, so do not cry for him, as he is in a place where apartheid injustice is no more. He is the conceived dream of greatness, dismantling oppression, injustice, political corruption, segregation, and discrimination. He is the umbilical cord they try to detach, forcing him to retreat, rather to their surprise. He became humble and peaceful, an emblem of a man many will hope to emulate. His principles of love, forgiveness, and peace shall resonate not just from South Africa, but from Africa to Africa. but in the atmospheric realm of earth, protruding to our voice of hope. For 27 years, he bared pain and regret, but through it all, he found peace. A peace of understanding and love to forgive. Do not allow his memory to fade. His legacy shall live on. For every oppressed nation fighting a war using nonviolence, Nelson Mandela did. So can you. He was not afraid to speak his mind, not afraid to challenge a stagnant system. Do not let them take your dignity, your peace of mind. A principle I unbared from the Black Pearl. Nelson Mandela, may you rest in peace. Give thanks.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. You know, how long have I known you now, Antonia? It's been over 4 years, at least maybe 5, 6, maybe. I don't keep track of time, but I love about every bit of your works and your delivery, your feeling, what you put into it. Look, you see, you're sweating.
She says she's in Port Mauritius. She's hot. I'm sorry.
No apologies necessary. Everything flowed the way it's supposed to. She is hot. It's hot in Portland. The poetry is hot. She's coming with a hot. It's right. Everything is perfect. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's Antonia. Love it, Antonia.
Okay, I was talking about my final semi-mute. So before you talk, sometimes I don't remember what I'm going about this thing because I'm still new to all this, some of these things. So Lori said she loved your poetry. Rockstar saying what's up. Oh, Mel. Okay, I just directed her over from, because I'm sending persons from over the TikTok to the. By the way, thanks for the 5,000 taps and likes. Maximum respect, baby girl. Beauty, maximum respect. Thanks for joining in. People, please do go over the youtube.com, Great Amaziyah, link in the bio. I'm chatting with Antonia Valaire, author of 3 amazing books. I've just chatted with Empress Neflyena, author of many books, and I'm yet to speak with Maxwanette, a poetess, author of many books just the same. Coach Verona was still on the panel, and she talks about so many different things. Do join. Maxwanette, wagwan.
Me good enough. I gave my review. We didn't know you were mute.
Spicy? It's done already?
We did not know you were mute, Amaziyah. Craig, we didn't know. So you were mute, and I didn't know you were mute because I was talking about. I immediately, as soon as she finished, I started reviewing.
I could hear, but may I say it was short and spicy.
Oh, what you know?
Me just hear say how much hear me know you, and then you say 5 or 6, and then you say she's doing great, and it just done so.
No, you missed it.
Oh, maybe see?
Yes.
Maybe true me didn't talk to them people over here, so I only did it over there, so.
Well, we're all here now. And
yes,
you missed it. But I did speak on Antonia already.
All right,
but I do have a question for Antonia. Well, you know, I was going to ask Antonia. Come now. And for those who don't know, I love these two so much. You know, and I'm going to tell you, whether we talk, we don't talk, whether we see each other, we don't see each other, whether we communicate regularly or not, or we talk every second. I just love these two. So I just want to put it out there. I had 2 books ready to publish, and I wasn't going to do it until I got a sign. And Antonia said, publish a book. So Antonia and I go way, way back. Craig put me on his first show. So my first show. So again, you know, I know you guys. And Antonia, like I was saying, Craig, since you missed it, it's not so much for me as a specific piece of Antonia's works. Antonia is exactly how she is, with the fire and the energy and the feelings that she puts in each word of every poem I've ever heard her relay and share. This is Antonia. So, and I expect no less. Even when she's sick, man, This is a poetry warrior here. I love it. I love it.
True, true.
Give thanks, give thanks.
So continue on your journey, Antonia. You have performed on many events inside and outside Jamaica. Can you name a few events that you've been performing on?
Well, I've performed on Amaziyah show. I'm sure he's going to tell us more about
Star Fame back in
Star
Jamaica.
Fame.
I'm about to do Star Fame sometime soon, but it might be a virtual show where I just, get the videos and just broadcast because it was born in Jamaica, but, being here, I might do it here. I might do it virtually. You never know. So, maximum respect again for, highlighting that. I think you've also performed on Rastakura's this poem.
Yeah.
And how was that event? Even though I was there, but tell our viewers what was it like.
I mean, the recent one, it really showed my growth. I learned so much performing over the years. I really did well. It was a great atmosphere. Black Ice came down. For those who don't know who's Black Ice, he is the founder of Poet Organization. See, I'm wearing the shirt. I don't know if you can see it. People of extraordinary
I'm move up this off my screen, make it. Come in now, them said should me get a nice shirt, my black it out. So I'm take off this. All right, yeah, it's showing up.
He's located in Chicago, so you can look up this organization. Yeah. So he was there. He's an American. And yeah, my performance was very solid in terms of how I moved on the stage, and I didn't read out of a book. I actually recited because I can do that. I'm also a spoken word performer. So, but it was a wonderful experience. There was a lot of poets across Jamaica. We had poets from other Caribbean islands, so that was awesome. And then we had poets from America. So it was a very awesome experience.
Okay.
And in terms of other shows that I've been on a lot of shows. So I've been on the Poetry Festival, which is done by Yasa Safari. He's like a legendary dub poet. I've been on Kingston Creative online shows. I've been, there's so much. I'm currently
Jamaica Poetry School Tour.
Yes, I was just going to mention that by Malachi Smith. So that will be starting in October. So if you're interested in terms of you want to collaborate, you want to donate, you want to be on the tour, you can Malachi Smith, or you can DM me. Either way to get more information. I can't remember all the shows that I've been on. I'm sorry, but I've been on.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. I really do appreciate that. And as you mentioned, shows and events that you have performed on, I would like to see if I can find a snippets or clippings of you performing somewhere. I should have it in my archives here. By the way, if you hear one noise, the car muffler is not me pooping on TV.
So this is titled Iman. Iman Dread. Iman is a rebel. Iman is a revolutionist. Iman, do not call me terrorist. Iman is a poet. I do not disrespect, but Iman hate Babylon. Iman give Jah praise. Iman study hard. Iman work hard. Iman love herbs. I is of love. Iman love people of good character. Iman celebrate roots. Iman love conscious music. Iman is an outlaw. I know where I coming from. I know that Jah know where I must go. Iman is a forever burning fire. Iman stand firm. Iman is a woman. Give that.
Voilà, c'est vrai que je les remercie tous.
Much for that piece, Antonia Valaire.
That was in France. Yeah, that performance.
I didn't hear a word you say. Can you repeat that for me,
I
please?
said that performance was in France when I was there.
Okay, okay. So folks there hear it from her herself. A piece of performance all the way in France. So real quick, the next two pieces, because we're gone over 10 minutes already. So
All right.
can you kick it off real quick?
All right,
Two short
so
pieces.
this one is titled Youth of Ambition. My youth, oh you stay so? Oh, what kind of behavior this? Who you are threatening about copper shot? But broke tear gas face. You are behave like you are T-Rex. Wolfgang Dracula, claim you go for me, juggler. But me want a man with syntax. Let it inspire, hopeful, merciful. Me not behave like Freddy versus Jason or Grim Reaper. What it be when all of them dead? So my youth, take up your pants in your hand, change up your ways, start act better, clean up your mind till you behave much your tire. Youth, stop cheat yourself, rise up and go hard and get some certification in a plumbing or construction. Go learn a skill. If none of that are your plan, then sell some fruits, cherry, mango, guava, or some ground provision. Yam, cocoa, banana, jelly, water for the people instructor. Youth, elevate yourself, elevate your mind. Don't confine, don't imprison. As some say we hopeless, worthless. This a generation of viper. Prove them wrong. We not take bad talk. Negativity, we eliminate from the electrons to the neurons. Positive energy, we are emit from the cranium. My youth, take a leap out of both records. Running the race, must have a plan. Be the best of you, your version. Conquer nation till you conquer planet. Till all the next generation will be a force to be reckoned with. Because you made a plan, you had ambition. No, you is an inspiration. Give thanks. Now my next piece is titled Out of Many, One People. Beat the Congo, blow the horn, wave your hand. Out of many, one people. What a vibration in this little island. Even though we can't live as one, but when a party time we unite. No matter the culture, we have full joy ourselves. You have Rasta talking, Christian praying, BA songs playing, smiles on everybody's faces. Out of many, one people. So come the Chinese, British, Syrian, American, Indian, every Caribbean, and rest of the world. Come to Jamaica and feel all right. Listen some Bob, do not carry jewelry because you get robbed. But come and eat, have a feast, enjoy the beach, entertainment, energy a shot, drink a cold beer, relax under the coconut tree, feel free. We have jerk chicken, curry goat, festival, rice, bummy, fry and steam fish. Come enjoy with cultural dish. Food galore, go back to your country. Tell every boy and girl, say Jamaica, nice. We know say crime and violence, corruption are plague. But don't let that stop you, because everybody welcome. No matter it is, come in a ease, because we have a celebration, jam down vibration. Me, I tell a politician, say, me I send out a special invitation, but first we all need renovation. Build up Jamaica and education, because we live in a paradise. Black, green, and gold. We're proud and bold, as the motto say, out of many, one people. Blessings.
Excellent. Beautiful. Beautiful. But I don't know what happened. Did we lose Craig again? Because I don't hear him.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Antonia Valaire. Mayaya says up to the pace. Love it, my sis. Noreen says phenomenal. And Lori says you're
big up Noreen.
Lori says you are on fire. And Rockstar saying love, love, love. So Antonia Valaire, well, I won't even bother to go into much of the talking settings. If there's anything quickly Verona want to say, you can say, because I'm gonna start off with Maxwanette segment, and she can finish off with anything she want to say to Antonia Valaire. But Antonia Valaire, continue to thrive as you strive to excellence. I see you all over the place. I see you doing greatness. I respect you as a young female representing Jamaica. And let me tell you this, all other Jamaicans who not wanting to support, start support. It doesn't cost if you click like, you click a comment, or you share. It's called motivating us to go more as we grow more. You get me? And it's if you can't even buy a book, share the link. Simple as that. You get me? And another way to promote what we are doing, I hashtag support the poets. Just share this live once you see it. And whether you're watching the now live or you're watching the after live, or even right now you are on this live, everybody can just click share the live. That's what we are asking. You get me? I want more people to know about Empress Neflyena. I want people to know about Coach Verona and the holistic thing what she going on with. Holistic wellness. Yes. I want people to know more about Antonia Valaire's book. Maxwanette books. And Maxwanette have a whole heap of look a different thing going on, but she will talk more about them there in a minute. But is them their word in the English? Okay, those. Anyway, Coach Verona, what you have to say?
To Ms. Valaire, keep shining, keep representing our beautiful island, and you are a diamond.
Thank you.
You done? Me just put up on screen and you just done so. All right, thank you so very much for your feedback.
Right, the beautiful diamond she is.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so very much for mentioning all of that. And people do remember, as I have her on screen, please do remember, go check out Verona's Wellness and support her brand, her merch. Go on Facebook, go on IG, go everywhere. She just type her name in and you will find her. Thanks so very much for that. The beautiful Miss Maxwanette, you've been here so long holding it down. Anything I also want to say to her before she go, or you want to just getting on with your thing?
I'm ready, you know. What more should I say? I'd have to roll out a red carpet at this point. See it in the back there.
After they always tell me what she always tell me, so I mean.
All right, nothing wrong with that. All right, real quick then, Antonia Valaire, just make your big ups and your shout out, and that's it.
All right, so I want to big up Amaziyah the Great. I want to big up Maxwanette, Verona, Laurie, everyone who's here, everyone who's listening. Don't know more to big up Wise Word, Cherry Natural. I mean, all the poets, them. I also want to take the opportunity to, you know, that Polly died. He's a poet, known as Oral Napier, and he's an elder, and he's someone who, you know, I'd respected and someone that I know very well. And I just want to really say kudos to him. You know, he has passed on, and I know that sometimes people forget people easily, and I don't want his memory to fade because he has contributed well to the poetry fraternity. He's a very humble man, and we just, you know, just rest in peace to him. But big up all of the poets, them, you know, if I don't get to call every person name, Richie Innocent, there's so many poets, Melanin, Black Eyes, so many poets, Malachi Smith, Judith, Lana Goodison, there's so many poets. But all our poets, and big up on yourself.
Thank you so very much, Antonia Valaire. And so, ladies and gentle people, this lady here on my screen is a phenomenal being. She has been doing tremendous work. She got the Plots magazine. She got her books out. She is a promo engine. She been promoting Amaziyah the Great every single, might be not every single day, but every time she be promoting us, not just me alone. She promotes Antonia Valaire, and she does all what she does from the heart, genuinely. You get me? So I have to say maximum respect and thanks to her. I will allow her to be on screen for a minute. So let me try exit this thing here. Oh, I don't know why okay. Well, I guess my fingers like tapping on her face. Now here is she again. But let me what am I doing?
I don't know.
What am I doing wrong?
It's entertainment.
Still, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me go to a quick break and come back real quick, and then we will have you on.
I'll finish.
No problem.
Hey viewers, my name is Jillian Murray, the CEO of Catch It From The Roots. Continue to watch the TDP show, like, subscribe, and definitely share this video. Thank you.
Action.
Hey viewers, I'm Julia. Keep watching the TDP show.
And I'm Kate, and tell them precisely.
Again, me tell
Maxwanette there?
Me there.
Okay, I'm finding. What the backside is? No, sir.
I can't help you with this one, Craig.
Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Look at that. Look at that.
So what is going on a while ago? Oh!
It's called
so
a glitch.
No. Listen what took place, yeah? Antonia picture changed up our thing off the screen, and I was wondering, and I'm trying to look, how do I get this off? And I'm looking in the archive to try to remove that thing. I never know it was still her, and I was trying to move it, and I couldn't find it. Like I was scrolling through, where is it? But Antonia, you tricked me up.
That's beautiful. I don't think Antonia is there.
Yes.
How are you doing? Stepped away for a moment.
How are you doing?
I'm here, guys.
Maxwanette. Okay.
Oh, good. There you go. Greetings, everyone. So yes, I'm all right. I'm in full enjoying the show. I've learned some things today. It's always good to come away with some knowledge. Well, for those who don't know me, I'm Maxwanette Poetess. My original name and name at birth is Maxine Antoinette Moncrief. I am a Moncrief, yeah? My mom and my dad are from Jamaica. Mommy is from St. Anne's, daddy was born in St. James, but he was raised in Westmoreland. So yeah, all Moncriefs are related, look us up. At the end of the day, Amaziyah, what would you like to know, darling? Talk to me.
There's so much we want to start with. Let's start off with yes, your parents are from Jamaica. You were born in the States.
I was born in Brooklyn, New York.
So your sounds so Jamaican-ish, like you never come a foreign yet.
I can, it depends on who I'm talking to, the mood I'm in, the energy that's going on.
So hold on a second then. So what's up with them Jamaicans who come a foreign for like 3 weeks and then be twanging? What happened right there?
It depends. I can switch it up. I wear many hats. I have many different, I have a huge family tree. My dad's side is originally from England, from Ireland, England, Celtic Vikings. So we, my mom's side is more in, Sahel Africa side and stuff like that. So, I just get in where I fit in and do my thing. It depends on who I'm talking to and in the mood I'm in. So if I'm in the heart of Brooklyn, big up to my BKNY people, yo, how it go? What's up? That's what you do. You're in Brooklyn, you're home. If I'm sitting here and I'm talking to my, well, go on, all right?
Yeah, man, we'll go, yeah.
Now, if I want American people or people who just speak English to really understand what it is that I'm trying to relate to them, then I'm going to have to make sure that they understand. People used to tell me that I didn't know who I was. I was called that I thought I had split personality disorders or multiple. No. I can mimic sounds. I have a very good ear for sound. I can mimic accents. It all depends. And this is a little thing I used to do when I was a child to keep myself company through the abuse that I went through. Hey, wow. It's life. It's a gift now.
Okay, it's amazing how you whatever darkness or bitter path you experience, you take that and transform it into positive energy.
Listen, you give me so much credit. Wow, thank you. You guys get to see me here like this. You didn't see me when I was listen, people do not change overnight. It would be nice, but normally they don't. It takes a lot of work to become who you want to be, who you are. And I went through a lot in life. My parents went through the Caribbean diaspora when they came here. And whatever they came with in Jamaica, whatever scars, whatever gifts, they brought it with them as part of the package. And we had a very bad, dysfunctional, I had a very bad, dysfunctional life. I was a very dysfunctional person for most of my life. It took a very long time to change that. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I like to help people. I know what it's like when you're in a situation where you're helpless. Homelessness is nothing new to me. I was homeless by the time I was 11 years old in Brooklyn, New York. My mother got tired of me and she hated my father so much, she could not stand the sight of me. So she told me to get out.
Wow.
So I grew up in the streets. Yes, my mother. I grew up in the streets. So, I had to learn how to live in the streets and still show up at school and still do what I had to do. By the time I got to high school, I dropped out. I couldn't do it anymore. I was homeless. I had nowhere to go. My parents were they hated each other and they hated me. And I was the product and a constant reminder
Hold
of
on a
how
second.
much they hated each other.
Well, why? Sorry to cut you, but you say your parents hated you?
Oh yes.
For what reason? If you don't mind me asking.
Well,
and if it gets too personal, you can let me know, because it's just.
It's all right, baby. I have nothing to hide. People here might feel bad, but I won't. And trust me, this takes work. My parents hated each other. Therefore, I was a constant reminder of everything that was bad in their life.
Okay.
So I got that. So it was that dysfunction, and I like to say I learned how to function within the dysfunction. It was that dysfunction that led me to where I am today, who I am right now. It takes work. Thank you, Empress. It takes work. And I like to say hello to Noreen and everybody out there, anyone that I know who knows me. Thank you. Hello. If you don't know me, mwah, mwah, nice to meet you. Remember my name. But, it's beautiful to be able to. Yes, darling.
Laurie sends a message to say you're speaking truth. Yeah. Yes,
Thank
indeed.
you, Laurie. Aw, you guys are awesome. But I became the type of person that always wanted to help people. Even when I was messed up, even when I was making mistakes, even when I was doing everything wrong, even when my children to this day, when they were growing up, they thought I was the smartest person alive. Of course, they thought I was the hardest rock. I was, and they feared that. And of course, because I had to learn how to be who I am, to become who I am, to remember who I am, just so that I could be. See, that's a poet. Indeed,
you're a column. You're a strong column. Solid.
Oh, we all can be, and we all are. Sometimes we just don't remember it, but thank you.
So what I do want to ask, though, were you always this firm and conscious, or what made you, escalate to that point when you decide you want to still stay strong? Because many came and fade.
I laugh only because I could recall in my youth, while I was being abused. For those who don't know, we don't talk about it. So a lot of people don't like to talk about it. But I grew up in a family where there was a lot of incest, a lot of rape, a lot of abuse going on. It was okay for cousins to be with cousins. It was okay for your parents to sleep with you. It was okay for your cousins to come and rape you at night. It was fine for you to be passed along. That was the thing that they had. So I had to find ways to escape that hell. And I couldn't leave because I was a baby. I was a child. I knew by the time I was 5 that I was in trouble. Like, I knew, and I knew then that I needed to have an outlet. For those who don't know, I have no degrees to speak of. Yes, I have a GED because after I eventually dropped out of high school, I went back because my mother was always like, you have to get that paper. You have to get it. So, you know, I did that. And yes, I have many certifications in different sorts of things and experience beyond sense and a very high IQ and vocabulary because, you know, for those who feed into the classisms and the schisms, oh, the color of my skin, oh, she's so big. I was darker than molasses. I have a bone issue. That's why I'm losing the color in my face. Holistic Verona. Yes, yes. So again, be careful what we think we know. And what I was raised with was to wear a mask all the time. We had to, children should be seen and not be heard. When I would try to tell my mother, well, you know, Uncle, she didn't want to hear it. Well, you know, Dad, she didn't want to hear it. You know, that she did not want to hear it. And this is children who need help, people who need help, and no one's listening is why I do what I do.
So I heard you mention, and before I even say this,
go ahead, dear.
So this is a platform which will be seen by people all over the world. You don't mind sharing?
Yeah, if I did, listen, let me tell you something. I have no shame. To me, shame plate them broke up a long time ago.
Okay, all right. So the next thing I want to ask, when you say you approach her to tell her, your mom, and she didn't want to hear, so she knew about it and just rejected it, or she just wasn't paying attention?
I would say a little bit of everything, because she did not know the details of it, because she did not want to know, and because as many degrees, and this is why education also turned me off. My mother has every degree under the sun except her PhD. She died before she was able to do that, to complete it. And she was a registered nurse, and everything. And my mother purposely ignored things because her mind could not deal with the reality that was in front of her, that, wait a minute, something's not right. And this happens when there's abuse. It could be incest, it could be rape, it could be child abuse, it can be domestic violence. You know, people are scared or don't want to talk about these things. We have to stop that. So, and help people and listen. Thank you, Mother Mayaya. I love her. She's such a beautiful energy and soul. You know, again, this is why I do what I do, for the people who don't have a voice, the people who've lost their voice, for people who are just too scared to say anything, for those who are suffering and struggling. Let me tell you something. It's not about me. I can sit here and tell you about my life all day, and I'll give it to you in increments. You'll never be here long enough. My life has made judges cry. Let me tell you something. Listen, let's break it down. I do poetry, language of the soul. That's my first book. Why? Because like many who are poets, all of you here included that are poets, this is where I could relieve myself. This is where I could be myself. This was where I could find peace, because I was surrounded. Now you got to remember, I'm being abused since I was 1 year old. That's as far back as I can remember. So when I was able to write, I could read by the time I was 3 years old at a high school level, but I wasn't able to write. And by the time I was 5, I was writing. And this is where what I would do. I would just put everything was like a poetic journal. And we need an outlet for these kind of things. And a lot of people don't have that. So I wanted to always be able to assist people, be that lighthouse, that beacon, that, you know, that one that said, look, I can help you. Maybe I could publish your book. Maybe I can edit your works. And I don't charge people. People, you know how many people laugh at me? Maxwanette, you're not making any money. That's my business. Mind your business. Money will come. It's not about the money. It's people who suffer know what it's like to suffer. And sometimes just doing one good thing is all it takes. And it doesn't have to be something big. It could be sharing a link. It could be buying a book. It could be coming on your phone and saying, you know what? I just saw this artist over here. She has a book. He has a CD or an album. You know, and just share that. You don't even have to buy if you don't have the money. It's about helping each other. That's what this life is about. Because people look at me all the time and I get, oh, she's so pretty. Oh, look at her face. Oh, look at her skin. Oh, look at her this. And nobody would ever know the hell I've been through. When there were days when mental illness took over and that I removed all mirrors from my home because I could not stand my own reflection, because I had to come to terms to deal with my life and who I was and what I become. This is what feeds my poetry, life. This is what feeds everything that I do, especially when you see so many people. And I don't care if it's in the poetry industry. I don't care if it's in the music industry. It doesn't matter. It's life. When people can help each other, yet they do not. When it becomes a thing of it's an ego thing, when it becomes a thing of we won't even support each other, this is the crap that we have right here. This is what we've now created and left for our children when we're not dismantling the massive mess. We got to do better. We can do better. I'm going to hit you with a poem when you have a question. Please continue.
Before you continue, Rasativa is giving you some strength here. It's you are strong, and your strength will help others. Awareness is healthy. Rasativa, thanks for tuning in. Maximum respect in every aspect. Which one of the poems you say you wanna do a poem now?
Those who did not know, of course, my mother, The Unlimited Mind, she published her book in 1983, her only book of poems. Now listen, my mother had her issues. She was diagnosed as what was it? A paranoid schizophrenic. So imagine what my life was like. And then, of course, I didn't think I had any issues. So I decided to just pass this little madness on to my children. So imagine what their lives were like. We have to nip it. But my mother was smart and she knew. So she wrote this book, and her first poem is called The Unlimited Mind. And I want to read it for you. As you can see, that's what she has on the book. The energies and the individual in the middle. The mind is unlimited. Man shall never stop to seek knowledge of zeals of great intrigues. The highest of heights ever to climb vastly seeks to be ahead of his time. A clock, how constantly it ticks, solving problems of intensive wit, delaying actions, creating plans, borrowing time from everyone. Time is the greatest master, ruler, dictator of man. Man always seeks to be ahead of his time. Energy escapes before and after birth, takes its rightful place with ulterior alert. This little unintelligible human being dominating uterer before it seemed energy, saliently flows, analyzing the mind with intensive glow. Man shall never stop to seek knowledge of the zeals of great intrigue. And I remember when my mother wrote this, it was in 1983. She has one here that I'm going to read eventually. But poetry came from mom. My mother was the poet. She was the dancer. She would do the teacher's hotel and the cook. And my mother was the vibe, man. She was the vibe. My dad, he was a mess. Bless his soul. Oh boy, he's still alive, poor thing. But Daddy has so many issues as well. But he brought music. He brought music. And that was a big thing in my life. So it spawned my book, Poetry, Language of the Soul. And everything is on Amazon. Feel free to help yourself whenever you're ready. I'll give you one. It's called Inspiration, I Shine.
Before you start,
go ahead, darling.
Since you're going on a new chapter, a new poem, is there anything you ladies want to say?
Oh yeah, please do. Oh, quiet. Oh, sorry.
Okay. I
No,
commend you for your. Go ahead, Ms. Valaire.
No, you can go ahead.
I commend you for your strength in speaking your truth. I commend you for speaking about, a little bit on mental health, because I think this month is also mental health awareness month. And like I tell you, this is one of the reasons why I become a holistic wellness coach, because of my own health issues, my own mental health issues, my own physical health issues, and financial health issues. And these are the reasons why I decided it's time for me to step into my fundamentalistic rights and become a holistic wellness coach.
Love it. Love it. So I noticed someone, I think it was Lori, said I've healed beautifully. Thank you. I've healed from a lot of things. Am I completely healed? No. I wish I was. I really do. I wish I could come and say, oh, and it's all great. No, it's every day. I have so much trauma in my life that I was being beaten before I was born. I have physical issues that I deal with because of it. Because domestic violence played a lot in my life. My father used to beat my mother mercilessly. So have I healed? No, I still have children. I have 3 children. 2 don't talk to me. 1 has a lot of issues that I constantly work. Because when you're a mother, whether you're messed up or not, you're still a mother. So you have got to learn sooner or later to get it together. Was I that type of mother that was, that kind of mother? No, but because of my life, I believe I was severely strict with my children. I ran my home like a military boot camp that was a mini asylum, because I was trying to protect my children from everything, not realizing that I was suffering myself. So no, healed? Not yet, but poetry is healing. Trying to be a better person every day is healing. Helping people is healing. Because you got to understand, when you're dealing with things like this, I suffered from mental illness. I suffered with it when I was. You don't go through trauma and not come out with something, or something doesn't happen to you. You're gonna be affected. Don't misunderstand me. I make sure that I don't give up on trying. You have to keep. My mother raised me to never give up. Even when she was dying from cancer, I was crying at her bedside. She was in hospice in Manhattan. And she got mad, and she opened one eye. She had a stroke, and she said, "You better get it together, because I am leaving." For those who did not understand, that means you better get it together, because I'm not going to be here anymore. I'm leaving now. So you healing people, I don't know, for some people maybe you can heal like that. No, because you got to remember too, when you're dealing with these issues, like with my eldest child, how you think that I feel when I have to watch her going through something, and I'm trying to help her, and I don't know what to do, and I'm going to be 52. You're like, well, you don't, because not everything you think works. You got to keep trying. It's what it is. So I go back to the table, and I have to open these wounds over and over. So even if you heal, you wind up having to go back through the hell to help other people out, whether it's your own children, whether it's your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, the man that's laying beside you. It could be your own dog. You have to be able to know how to protect yourself and still help people. And this what I do for people on a whole is therapeutic for me. This is my way of giving back. I most of the work that I do, there's some charges on some things, but most things I do free of charge. Why? Why not? Why not? I tell you, I know so many people that will not work with me. I've had people tell me they have no use for me in the creative industry because they just didn't understand that, or overstand, depending on who you're talking to, that I'm here to help. No gimmicks, no bartering, no money exchange, no nothing. I am here to help, and I will help those that want help. not those who want to waste time. I help people publish their books. Antonia bothered me so much that I published my books, 2 books, and then started helping everybody else publish theirs. This is what I do. I have fun doing it because it's good to help someone do something. And we don't remember that. There are many shows I don't go on and things I don't participate in because I don't have time for the egos, and I don't have time for the pick this person's side and pick that person's side. And y'all could have it. I simply, oh, thank you, Lori. I simply love to help, and that's what I do. plotscreativemagazine.com.org, Poetry Language of the Soul. It exists to do that, helping creators, helping people bring out their creativity, because everyone is a creative. I don't care who you are, everybody is a creative. The minute that you are taking a breath, you see that? You're creating the continuation of your life. So don't let anyone tell you that you're not a creative. It's a lie. Come on. So I can sit here and shoot poetry at you all day, but my point is, I would like people to help each other more. Stop talking about it. Stop saying, oh, I'm righteous. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. I know many Christians that aren't Christians. They don't act Christian-like if you're going to do religion. I know many Rastas who are not doing the Rasta thing that they say. I know many Buddhas who aren't Buddhas. I know many whatever. We have politicians that don't do this, but they support. Listen, we could do this all day and throw it at each other. My point is, don't stop. Keep trying. Keep helping each other, because everybody does matter. We have to keep trying. We have to keep working at it. It's a creative. I see creatives right now, all from Jamaica to New York to the South, you name it, international. We can go to other countries. They argue, they bicker with each other. They don't come on each other's shows. They don't support each other. Stop it. Stop it. What are we teaching the children? Stop it. When are we going to grow up? Stop it. If you're doing it and you're watching, stop it. Because we see you. We know that you're doing it. Stop it. I'm going to give a perfect example. I'm going to say this. What is the show? Jamaican Nomadics Poets Tour. I believe it is with Malachi. I want to see Yasa Safari on that tour. I want to see Buddha Baruka on that tour. I want to see all these big poets out there on that tour. Why? Because it's a tour in Jamaica that's bringing forth poetry and positivity to the universities. It's education to the youth. You are leaving and stamping the grounds that you walk on, so that when you leave this earth, we will still be calling your name.
Sure.
I'm not telling everybody to be like that.
I second that also, Maxwanette, because if they are recognized in Jamaica as the head of poetry, so we need to see them also in the schools.
Yes, along everybody. Everybody should be
That's a good suggestion, and I 100% second that also.
But Jamaica is not the only one. They're doing it here in America too. I know creators that come to America, and they don't connect. Why? You're in Jamaica, you connect, or you hail each other up, and then you come off foreign and forget who you are. Why? Listen, let me tell you something. I'm going to say I want to see Rasatiba. I want to see Amaziyah. I want to see Richie Innocent. I want to see Marge, all on one damn show. And Marcia, everybody. Let me tell you something, and I want to warn you guys. Be careful of these awards. Some awards are wonderful. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying to you. Everybody feels good when they're awarded for something, but you better be careful. Because a lot of these awards, are they of merit? Are they of value? Or is it just something they can easily print up and pop out for you? Is it to give whoever is giving it to you their accolades? I have seen so many award shows where people are getting awards and certificates just for existing, and they didn't do anything. They didn't do any works. They skipped this one because someone favored that one. Or stop it. Stop it. Whatever happened to merit? Whatever happened to value and character and morals and integrity? These are the things that, I am no saint. Hello, I'm no saint. I am telling you, there's a reason why I can stand here today and I can smile. There's a reason why when you look upon me, even though my body is riddled with illness, I do not shine in that area. I shine because of the goodness within my heart, that no matter what mess I've created, I will not stop trying to make it better. That's all it is. That's the only difference between me and you. That's it.
As you mentioned,
yes,
as you mentioned few names, one of the names on the screen right now, Rasatiba. I say kudos goes out to him. That brother welcomed me warmly in New York the first minute I was there. You know, I never know where I was going either. He directed me from the phone when I was on the train, and he have given me a space to perform. You get me at the Stratosphere in Brooklyn.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Maximum respect. And we'll talk about many things. And there will be other things that you all will see, but as time TikToks, you know, stuff will reveal in due time. Not everything will say right now, but as you mentioned the names, maximum respect. Mayaya Nature said, growing to know to grow is a journey with hope. You are a great queen, Maxwanette. You are true self. You give hope up to no retreat. No retreat, we say.
Blessed Lord, blessed Lord. But I want to say that with awards, look at what you're getting. Look at what it's saying. I have gotten awards and I thank for them, and certifications, and I thank you for them. But there's one award that means the most to me. And it touches my heart deeply. And I received the Sarah Bitter Masters Lifetime Achievement Award from Time Ross Productions, which is owned and operated by our very own Rasatiba and Shabiko Ivy in Brooklyn, New York, in Flatbush. And I'm going to get really different on you guys right now, because Flatbush is where I grew up. That's my hometown. I went to Wingate High School. I used to take the B35. That Flatbush is home for me, right? When I want to go home, that's where I go. I go to Flatbush. I go to Brooklyn. So that to be able to, when I was thrown out of my father's home and no longer able to go to school, I was going to Wingate. So Wingate High School, I had to leave Wingate at 11th grade. You guys, listen, I don't believe in lying. You could Google, you could contact, look it up. I only made it to 11th grade and I had to leave. And Flatbush, there's a cemetery on Snyder Avenue. Those of you in Brooklyn know it. I used to sleep in that cemetery because I had nowhere to go, and write poetry and play a little organ. This little Casio had an organ back then. I could laugh now at the poor child then. That poor child, I love her. And, you know, it took work. There was a time I couldn't talk about this without crying. Poetry. It's where we put it, and this is what made life easy for me. But to get an award in my hometown, that's honorable. A Lifetime Achievement Award. I am beyond measures. I can't thank Rasatiba so much. That award came at a time. People don't know this. I was in Hurricane Ian in Florida last year, for those who don't know, and became homeless. We lost my sister and I, we lost everything. We're now getting back on our feet, literally. This is a new apartment. We've been here 4 months. I'm in upstate New York. I'm in Ulster County, New York State. And but I lived in the South for 6 years. I left New York, went to the South. But you know, we were in Hurricane Ian and we waded through waters, chest up here, alligators, 3 alligators, snakes. I mean, it was just, and our apartment was the only apartment that had light on. Everybody else was out. Only my sister and I never got electrocuted. The alligators obviously didn't get us, and neither of us could swim and we couldn't drown. I had creatives that I did not know were paying any attention to me. sending my sister and I money and gifts to all. I hope I don't forget, to all of you. I hope I don't forget. I know Dr. Anita Caprice, Antonia sent me something. Latoya of Sparks and Flames, EDU. Who else? I know I forget. Hack, Selassie. Who else? People. I mean, people. If I forget you, please. I didn't mean to, but I had people. Why? Because you do something nice for someone, it does come back to you. Karma is something, people. What you put out there, you will get it back. And be careful what you put out there. I'm just saying, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful life and journey. And we have to remember we're all in this thing called life together. Namaste and one love. And I say that because we forget sometimes that we're all humans. And again, I'm going to go read from my book, Poetry Language of the Flow. And the title is called We Are All Humans. It's been a long, hard, and exhausting fight from the beginning. Loss of lives, generations, communities, countries. No one's winning. Set in place by those who are forever extracting our very essences with tactics of distraction. No love, just hate, taking over the place, forgetting we are all humans sharing the space. The great divide all over the world, we must rise up, awakening together, forcing the oppression to unfurl. Once we were so close. I swore the earth stood still, silenced by the energetic passions flowing through our essence. I parted my lips to speak, yet no words were spoken. Overwhelmed by the closeness of your existence. Close your eyes. Shh. Be still. Conjure my being within your mind, drawing me nearer with each thought we need not find that already exists. One never knows what the future holds. Living in the now will lead us on a journey without end. And we can all be close again. Thank you. You guys are awfully quiet.
No, powerful piece. We are still here. Let me bring them on screen. Because yeah. Antonia, you were supposed to say something, and you never say nothing. So welcome back to you. Huh?
Maxwanette, you kind of touched on what I wanted to say in terms of you went on about helping people, because you're one of those persons who it doesn't matter who, you're always like sharing their works, and you never charge anyone. You support people in their their works. You help people publish their books, help people edit their stuff. Like if I was to call you and say, hey, I need help with that, you're just, no matter how busy you are, you'll be readily available trying to help. And you went on to really speak about people really helping, and that's kind of missing from the world today. Like a lot of people, like they're selfish. There's this thing about individuality, so people are not really giving a hand anymore. Like when you need help, to go even further now, especially in Jamaica. Jamaica used to be a place where people, there used to be like a community feeling. Now, if something's happening, people readily want to take out their phone to videotape. So they prefer videotape than actually assist, someone. So somebody can actually die in front of them because, people are caught up with social media fame and, they want to get on TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
So, kindness and that normal human behavior, it's kind of missing. So I'm happy that you touched on that in terms of your organization is doing that. You mentioned Rasatiba. I want to big up Rasatiba and Maxwanette again, because this laptop that I'm using, I know maybe to them it seems small, but my laptop wasn't working. And I'm not someone who really go out and really tell people like certain things that happen to me. Like there's a lot of things that goes on, but I don't really, go out on really. But my laptop wasn't working, and it's something that I depend on. And I don't know what happened, but I think Maxwanette asked me something and said to her, like, I think she wanted me to do something. And I said, my laptop is not working. And she said, like, oh, what's it going to cost? And I told her, and immediately. And at the time, I didn't even know Rasativa that well either. And I was kind of surprised when he sent me money, Maxwanette sent me money, and I was able to go and fix my laptop. See, I have it now today, so I give thanks for that. And that's part of the helping and the giving. And to see that I use my laptop to, share my works, share other people's works, and I've done wonders, So give thanks. And, you're doing a wonderful job, and your work speaks volume. That's why you receive that award. And so if people jealous, them stay jealous. You know what I mean?
Blessings, Antonia. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Love you. You know I love you guys so much. Awesome people. And people, please don't think that I have money. I'm not rich enough. I'm not rich enough.
Rich in love, rich in love.
We're rich in love. I listen, and that's another thing. A lot of people think it's because of money. Listen, I had a little change, so I called Rasativa. I said, Ivy, listen, no, and I would say, hold on. Let me call Shabiko. That's his daughter. So you see, I could never fully take credit for anything on that, especially there in that issue, in that moment. And I never take full credit for anything because it's never just me. There's always something. I just felt that, and Antonia put me on the spot, but it's okay. I just felt that I was devastated when I heard you didn't have your laptop because I knew you had shows coming up. I think you had to go to the Black Ice event or something was going on and I knew you needed a laptop. Like, and I couldn't send mine. I had an extra, but it would have taken too much time and extra money. And I was like, listen, we must be able to do something. Even though I didn't have a lot, I was able to get someone else who also helped. So we have to understand not to give up. It could have been that she didn't get anything from anyone, but don't give up. And not only that, they say in the South, a hit dog don't holler. I spent time in the South. Listen, let me tell you something. A lot of people don't know that we are on platforms that they should be able to help you. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. Don't be afraid to see what your community has to offer. Especially, and I'm going to say that more over here in America because it's designed like that. It's not always like that in different countries, and it's not like that per se in Jamaica, because you have to understand something. We may not have it here in America like that. A lot of us are still struggling. It's hard, it's difficult. But every nickel make a muckle, and that means every little bit counts. So even you never know, a $5 or $10 can help somebody. You can go and you just be amazed what it could do. I'm not saying if you don't have it, you don't have it. I understand. I just happened at that moment had some change left, and if I tell you how much I had, I think I must have had like 50. If I had, did I have $50? I don't know. It may not have been. I didn't. And Rasativa said, "Oh, stop it! Put your money away." And he paid for. You have to. You see, and again, because it's not like we're not struggling.
Maxwanette, please hold for a minute. I'm going to a quick commercial break. Before I do that, there's a message for you on the screen.
You better come on, Lori. Let's go.
Okay, let me rush to a quick commercial break because I don't know. You have to keep it going. We promote every single day. We never stop, and that's what the Rasativa does, the Maxwanette does, the Rastakura, the Antonia Valaire. Well, before I go to the break, let me display something that was mentioned earlier. So this was what Maxwanette was talking about. A Time Ras. Max, what was it again? So
it's a Time Ras Productions, and it's the Sarah Bitter Masters Lifetime Achievement Award.
So this was the award, right? And
Yeah.
also one to Ethan. And
Yes.
Ethan is the one who, operates at the Stratosphere, where there are live music, live poetry.
In Brooklyn, New York,
Whenever I
people.
introduce Rasativa to this platform, he will tell you people more. I do not want to give the wrong information in, but let me say, Rasativa, big respect to all the great work that you are doing, and you embraced me warmly when I was in New York, and of course, me say Maxwanette, I go on like Chuan, and say this is the brother.
Hey, boo, boo, boo.
So this is go get this book.
Creators here.
Go get this book. Go get Antonia's books. Go get Maxwanette's books and Empress Victoria's book. My friend over here soon put out her book. Go get Laurie's book.
She will. Verona will be getting her book done. Thank you.
Laurie's also a poet, so she's somewhere there. She also a phenomenal poetry event called Pawtucket Poetry. You see me display that promo earlier. So the next event is Thursday. Unfortunately, I will be in New York. Rasativa, I'll be there the Monday night of the live, so I'll be performing in Brooklyn that night. So I should be there. Oh, tomorrow is Monday. Oh shit. Oh yeah. So I'll be there too.
Pawtucket Poetry this Thursday. I could never stay on my bed asleep. The way the 5th Columbus Ave, that's where I trod. You won't see me on another street. Poems I write, I recite. I could not be attended and never speak. My poetic flows of ladies hook. Look, they got my book saying, Craig, you forever sweet. Genuine like leather seed. Flow right, clever speech. Make a glow like you never see. Pawtucket Poetry this Thursday, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. The place that you want to be. Tell them precisely.
Beautiful.
Precisely. So people in Rhode Island and in Mass, anywhere you are there, please do go support that book. So I'm just gonna jump to that other quick break, and then Maxwanette, we continue.
She was young. She was beautiful. She left her home that day never knowing that this would be her final goodbye to her friends and her family. She was kidnapped. She was assaulted. And she was disposed of in a matter of days as desperate searches went on with her friends, her family, other women, and the region looking on in hopes that she would be found alive. She was helpless, and against our best efforts, so were we. Now, the gravity of the situation is that her identity depends on which island you've been in over the past months. She is Ashanti Riley. She is Evelyn Sincere. She is Carrie Ann Hunter. She is Kanice Jackson. She is Andrea Barak. She is Stephanie Thomas. And as unsettling as it may seem, every day that list ends with a comma, not a full stop.
Somebody call police!
Yes, Max. Before I continue with them one thief, one look a piece and so one piece of poetry, because I'm going like another member send me the poetry too. So yes, my people, thank you so very much for tuning in to the TDP show. Maxwanette, my host, my guest. I'm the host. What's going on?
Because you spoke correctly. It was supposed to be host. Don't make you listen to the universe. One again.
All right, so big up everybody. Antonia Valaire, Maxwanette, Empress Verona, Coach Verona, Empress Neflyena, Rasativa, doing great works. Keep doing the greatness, guys. We will never stop. That's one of my catchphrases. Never stop. Keep going and going like that. Energize somebody will go hard for a while. We'll never do nothing funny. And I gotta say again, hats off and kudos goes out to Laurie Pawtucket Poetry. She is one of the reasons why Amaziyah the Great been moving around the Massachusetts area, the Rhode Island area, and people are recognizing me for my works and greatness that I have to offer. So big respect, non-stop. This one I'm gonna drop real quick. It's called The Bitterness. Like a toddler crying for mom's breast milk, I saw tears race from her bony face. She was pensive and motionless, like she was lost in space. She then broke the silence, screaming out, "I'm such a big disgrace." I quickly interjected, "Wonder what's wrong?" And she yelled, "Get the hell out of my space. All you men are just the same. Cheat, lies, you all take love for a game. I hate men forever. Should have killed Trevor. Yeah, I put a bullet in his brain." Baby, whoa. Take this too far now. Are you drunk or insane? Craig, you're not going to understand me. You can't feel my pain. I was raped when I was 9. It really shattered my mind. A decade after, I tried to move on to get myself back in line. I thought Tom was the best thing until he slept with my sister, so I had sex with his best friend and WhatsApp him the flipping picture. All my life I've been hurt. Later start attending church, searching for comfort. But life grew worse. Few months after, she was impregnated by the comforting pastor. Threatened to do an abortion or else her life would be disaster. I tried to convince her, telling her she's still precious and worth more than diamonds and gold. She says she still hates men. Her heart is now cold. I offered a hug. She squeezed me tightly. Said, "Thank you, Mr. Kirkland, for attempting to make me feel lively. But how will I live with the fact of knowing that I'm infected with HIV?" The bitterness, sad reality. Clarice Brooks, welcome to the live. Thanks for joining in. Big respect to everybody who participated, who here watching the live and sharing the live. Rasatiba say, you know out there who are watch, please share the live, make some people hear the vibe. Now read, big respect.
Wow, love it. Well, I do have, let me just share, I do have another book here that I published. There we go. It's called The Poetic Storm, Volume 2. I like to call my books the yin and yang, because Poetry Language of the Soul, which is the acronym for PLOTS, it's the much more about the loving, even the positive and the negative sides of that. The Poetic Storm is not for children. It's so I would say, and it's raw. It's as dynamically intriguing as the lightning bolt across the cover. So I say that it's not for the squeamish. It's not for those who have thin skin, because you may get offended. But I'm going to read from this piece. It's called Who Loves the Unlovable? Who loves the unlovable? Who cares about the terrible being or actions that deems one horrible? Who loves the incorrigible, the toxic and the hateful, when it seems they're unhealable? Who could love the atrocities committed by their animosities, which reflect the internal damage and hatred of self? Who loves this destructive being, lacking genuine feelings, disguised by their narcissistic visions of love? Who loves the dysfunction, like roaches designed to forever function through the phase calamities of existence? Who loves the ones that become monsters, designed and created by their masters that carve life for us to live? Who loves the unlovable? Thank you. And these pieces, again, this book came about, again, during a time when I was energetically angry at the madness just of how we do each other, how we allow others to damage us, how we even self-sabotage and damage ourselves. I was angry at myself. I was angry at everything that was going around me and that was happening, as well as what I was witnessing other people going through. I can't tell you how many people I counsel, if that's what you want to call it. I just call it giving it a listening ear. And if you ask my opinion, I can only give it to you the best way I know how. But again, we forget that these monsters came from somewhere. It's a little too late when you have the monster already there. We want to stop people from becoming these monsters, and if they are monsters already, we need to do something about it. We have to, and the only way I could do it was pen and paper and learn and get knowledge from others and keep trying to better myself. So this inspired my next piece called Change, from the same book. If you ask for change, yet do things the same over and over again, how things are is how they shall remain. Expecting and demanding difference as you wallow in your own ignorance, looking for excuses and others to blame. You cannot be the change that you wish to be by trying to live your change vicariously through me. I will forever be changing the more that my third eye will see. I cannot be stifled. My soul dances free with wings made of stardust. Like a wild and universal gypsy, this is the dance of change. It brings forth pain, healing, happiness, and glee. The power of the moonstone combining you and me. The moment of change. An exodus movement. It's here right now. Are you ready? Thank you.
Thank you so very much for that, Max. Clarice saying something here. Let me see what she has to say. Stop people from becoming monsters. Exactly. Pay attention to how the child is growing from the start.
Yeah.
And Noreen is saying big respect, Amaziyah. I guess she's talking about events like these we can put on online. Noreen Snyder, maximum respect. I'm talking about Noreen Snyder. I'm talking about big respect. I think there is something I would want you to speak on. As you asked me a question the other day about an event that is to be going on soon. So you can look on the screen and talk to us more about that.
Beautiful.
About you and the beautiful Miss Noreen.
This is a event that we have coming September 30th. It's with 100,000 Poets of Change, being hosted by Noreen Ann Snyder and myself. And this is my third year doing it, but Noreen has been doing this for quite some time. And it's beautiful. It's wonderful, an event, and it's being dedicated actually to the founder, which is Michael Rosenberg, and who passed recently. And this is a beautiful, beautiful event. And the themes, I believe, are justice, equality, and peace. And it entails a lot of different things. It's going to be on Zoom. It's for the creatives to come in singing. You can dance if you have art, anything to the themes.
So hold on, Max. This is an old flyer from 2022. Can you tell us the updated date and time? Will it be, and is it something that, you know, any poets can join in to share their pieces, or is it something that you have to be booked for?
Okay, it is all the same, of course, except for the year. It is this year, of course, this month. It's going to be September 30th at, I believe, 5 o'clock. Nope. 4 p.m. I apologize. The time is correct. It'll be from 4 p.m. And all the creators are invited. I mean, whether you dance, whether you sing, you write poetry, maybe you're a sculptor, maybe you're a construction worker, maybe you're an entrepreneur. It does not matter what your creativity is. You are welcome. And no, you do not have to register. You just show up. Pretty much, we'll be sending out the Zoom link that same day. Noreen usually does that, and she handles that area of it. And everyone is invited to come in and to share their works.
Okay, that is amazing. So people do remember it's the 30th of September.
That will be the last Saturday, yeah.
The last Saturday in September. So do go and support this. If you have your talents and you want to showcase, that will be something phenomenal. So Max, I'm gonna allow you to read two more pieces, and then you can do your shout outs and your big up. But before you do that, I still have to go to another quick break, and then you can take it all away. I must say thanks to you for being here. Thanks for sharing your piece. Thanks to everyone who has shared their pieces. And we really do appreciate all of you for being here today and being a part of another part of the TDP show. Antonia Valaire, you are going, you are glowing, you are growing. Maximum respect. Continue to do your great works. Continue to inspire all those that you have inspired. And, you know, the journey continues. Keep going.
Oh, did you want me to continue?
I go just walk around the park, talk a little bit. Music I go play there, so. You get to me and say, so you don't necessarily I go hear we are talk, but we just want to show so we are talk. Okay. But the party important. You see we good. Both away. Yeah, man. Hey Bunny. You know me live at one place in Jamaica near Ebony. Ebony, do you have a boyfriend?
Yeah, I have a boyfriend. But what he don't know won't hurt him.
Well, that's true. And you know, since you've been honest enough, because a lot of girls, a lot of people tend to just lie. I have a girl I talk to in Jamaica, Keisha, I love her. And
forget about that girl. You here now, you here, sitting here with me.
So that is a small part of a film still in process. So look out for Searching for Keisha. Well, Searching for Keisha is out. Who Breed Keisha, that will be that part. So people do go check out my short movie on YouTube, Searching for Keisha. And you can also check out Easter Bun, Jamaican movie. But after you write the Easter Bun, put Jamaican movie, because you don't want to see one only for spice bun. You want to see the movie. Coach Verona have seen it and she laughed like crazy. I'm sure Max and Antonia have also seen it. And a lot more people have seen it. So if you have not seen it, you need to go check it out. Max, two pieces and close off real quick. Thanks for being here.
Okay, and of course I couldn't go on without mentioning plotscreativemagazine.org. It could be plotscreativemagazine.com. It could be poetrylanguageofthesoul.com. Those are all me. And I have a great team that consists of Rasatiba, Noreen Ann Snyder, Ilona Lakatos. We have Dr. Shalani Yadav. We have wonderful Elizabeth Ogudomedede. I love her name. We have Elizabeth Escarrera Castillo. We have Shahid Abbas and Denise Bryan. All of these are our team. You can reach out to them, except for Denise. She's not going to answer you. You have to go through me. So, but again, we also have Plots Creatives Magazine, the podcast that you can listen to on Spotify. And we also are now starting our new shows on Instagram coming this week. So stay tuned for that. And our theme song is Happiness Matters by Kenton the Poet. Please give this man a listen. He's dynamic. You have to listen to him. Just give him some of your airplay. And he can be found, on YouTube. But I could not continue on. Of course, I have another book here. It's my coloring book for the little people. You have to include the little people. I have 9 grandchildren. So, I have to include the little people. So these are the books that some of the books of which I've published. I'm working on a book with a creative right now. I don't drop names unless I ask. So I'm not going to tell you who he is, but you guys know him very well. Okay. But again, I can go on now. We do publish books. I do book reviews. We publish books. And we just try to help out as much as possible. We do proofreading, editing, all these wonderful stuff, resumes. I have years of human resources experience, so it helps out. So now, hope I got that out in enough time. I'm going to read again from my book, Poetry Language of the Soul, again on Amazon. And who would I be if I did not read a poem that's in the native tongue of my parents, Patois? And this piece came about, there's a little history. It's called It In My Blood. In My Blood means it's in my blood. And I had to, this poem came about because I had a sibling who shall remain nameless. You know who you are. He used to tease me mercilessly when we were children. Because I was born in America, and when I was born, everybody else was from Jamaica except me. So I was the only American born. And believe me, back then it wasn't cool. And, you know, still today, some people are still ignorant to it, but we are being acknowledged not only because, okay, we live here, but we're being acknowledged these days for a few years now that we have Jamaican in our blood. So, and it's funny, this particular sibling, I can't say who it is. He know who it is, but things have changed and it's beautiful. So if you don't understand, I will translate when I'm done. Stop it. Me no know what had the problem, you know. After all this damn talking, say me a Yankee. Tell me now, how all this problem for? Yeah, me the born a foreign. So but my parents them are natural born yardy. Most of my family member them are strictly yard them born and growing up. So how that make me Jamaican? Not true, say America me born no watch no fears. Jamaica run through my vein. Mommy did I look opportunity and daddy did I take disadvantage. I saw it go. I know my fault that Jamaica. So, no question, no did it. Jamaica, it's in my blood, sir. Yeah, man, you don't know. Nobody can deny me, you know. Because I feel with my people. Me setting a position without inquisition that that's where me people come from. That's where my ancestors them call out to me and let me know say them I help to carry me through upon it them back me down. Jamaica. No question, no did them man. It's in my blood. Out of many, one people. I had to do it. So my ancestors were calling. Okay, I'm going to leave you with this one piece. Again, from the Poetic Storm.
Yeah.
Before I go there, for those who didn't understand, basically the poem that I read prior just now was about not being accepted during that time of when I was growing up. I had nowhere to go. Americans didn't like me because they said I sounded like I came off the banana boat. So they knew, they felt I wasn't from here, no matter, even if I had my birth certificate, it didn't matter. I had the accent, so they wanted no parts of me. And the Jamaicans, they didn't want anything to do with me because I was born here. So technically, me a Yankee. So this is what I grew up with, where I didn't fit in. Because back then, everybody would go to their little cliques or their little whatever. I had nowhere to go. So I just sit there and was very observant. So again, that poem was my defense to let my sibling know, you can't call me out when my blood is strictly Jamaican blood that runs through my veins. So that's how that poem came.
Yeah, Max, before you start reading, Noreen is saying she has already created the Zoom links. So fans and people who want to perform on that event, it will be provided soon for you. Let me, she says she created it today. Where do we follow you, Noreen? Lori is asking, just type Noreen Snyder on...
Noreen Ann Snyder. A-N-N Snyder.
Noreen Ann Snyder, yes. And you will find her. She's up. Charmaine saying, she's remembering Easter Bun. I'm just going through before I close off and person say I did not talk about what they said. Noreen Snyder, I'm a founder of the Poetry Club. That's also on Facebook too. Okay. It's all good. You can go on.
And big up and blessings again to the family here in America and in Jamaica. Oh man, you all are awesome. I mean, I can't, if I start to go, I have people, Sister Empress Neflyena, I love her. You know where I'm going to when I get down there. Big up, Mother Mayaya. I tell you, it's the love. It's the love. Listen, people, we Jamaicans, we can be very rough sometimes. Trust what I tell you. I'm one of them. But you know, mostly the time it's out of love. It's out of love, you know. And I can't tell you how these elders, Mother Mayaya, I have spoken with her on occasions, and I talked to Sister Mesmore Far. Oh man, these women and Amaziyah, Craig, and Antonia, they know who I'm talking. I don't know if Verona knows them, but you guys know, have met these. I'm still waiting to meet Mama Alice Kelly. Woo! Okay, I'm going to read my last piece, right? And it's called, the video you can find on my page. It's around, again, put my name in, Maxwanette, a Poetess. You can find me. I'm everywhere. And again, for those who are in New York, I'm in New York State, not New York City. I'm about 2 hours away from you, but I can be found. I'm in Ulster County, New York, okay? The Mid-Hudson Valley, and I'm gonna let them bring the creativity here for them and absorb what they have. But during life, like I said, we all have our ups and downs, our left, our rights, our negatives, our positives. Call it what you want. We all have our experiences. There always is a time we all can relate to where we can say, man, we got beat up on that, or we were defeated here, or we just didn't make it, or we could be going through it right now. I can't tell you how many people are literally struggling, suffering, and going through so much, myself included, you know, but at the end of the day, you can't let that stop you. You cannot give up. Because when you see people who are, I'm disabled, but when I see, and I put it like that because I fight it every day. I tell people I have a walker over here, and I have to be careful because I was born with a bone disease. I can go so far, and then all of a sudden I'm on the ground because everything just connected and rubbed the wrong way and short circuit. The nerves are short circuited, and I'm on the floor. So you know, again, you don't know what people are dealing with. There are people who can't move, who can't. I know what it's like to. There was months where I couldn't walk. You guys don't know this because you would just see my face and you didn't know what I was going through. But I was bedridden. I couldn't walk for almost 9 months, and it was horrific. And you know, you go through these things, and that's one of many things. I've been born sickly. I've gone through a lot. I still go through. Who doesn't? The point is, my mother raised me never, ever, ever give up. Even when, you know, don't give up. They say there ain't no giving in. Because when they go and get tough, I said it tough, get going. Listen, those are serious words. Because once you give up, it's over. That's it. It's done. Don't give up, people. Fight. You got it in you. And Undefeatable, this poem I wrote when I was so beaten that even to breathe hurt me. I felt I wanted to die. And I sat there having a nice little pity party, crying, boo-hoo, snot, everything. You know, I went in. I was doing pretty good. And I heard my mother's voice. You know, it's funny how she just always comes even when I don't want her around, she's always in there. And, you know, she told me, what are you doing? And I remembered, I told you guys earlier when she was dying, and she looked at me and went, you better wake up. You better get it together, miss. And I remembered something, that I could do this. I got to do this. And this poem is called Undefeatable. I will not be stopped. I refuse to be conquered. My soul is too strong, as it was built on the backs of my ancestors. Defeat is not included within the design of my being. There are no obstacles in life Instead, they are experiences that provoke reactions and lead a pathway to newfound knowledge. I stand firm with a blueprinted, coded knowing of self, a divine creation. I will not be stopped. I refuse to be conquered. I live in this life and or the next, and I am undefeatable. Remember that. Thank you. It's been a pleasure being here today with all of you, sharing poetry, works, and creativity. It's been awesome, and I love it. Call on me anytime. I love to host shows as well. I have my own podcast. And like I said, I'm up here in Ulster, New York, to remind people that you're undefeatable.
Thanks very much.
Blessings.
Pleasure having you here. We say we're going to have a 2-hour show. Now it turns up an hour and 4 minutes later. But it's positiveness, it's good vibration, it's family connection. And we say maximum respect to all you people who are here watching the live. Thanks to you, all our guests. Maximum respect to all the poets, the entertainers, the arts. And we aim to promote non-stop. And all you people who are watching the afterlife, please just hit share and let some people see and hear. I will close out with one of my pieces called The Fight. In this mind of mine, I took some time to find, more time to be fine, as my thoughts incline and climb on high. I refuse to let heathen drain energy from I. Monsters are creeping, thinking I'm sleeping, I'm fully awake, 4 decades pleading. Fighting while smiling, even while I'm weakening, the journey continues, even while I'm bleeding. You'll never make it. I ignore their speaking, their fiction is sickening and misleading. Persuasion invasions, beasts and zombies trying to control me but can't understand me. Be silent, I fight without violence, spoken words subdue you like a hostage tyrant. I am your children's children, history assignment. Writing myself in the future with provoking highlights to capture your eyesight. I need you to understand me, it's pointless you try and ban me. I'm fueling the world with words like bright lights. I write what I like, whether or not you like, it's my choice. I'm greater than you thought, tell them precisely. The fight continues, and there are many others just like me. Also, do remember, peeps, do go check. My name is Pam. It's on YouTube also. It's a video you can see along with the fight. My name is Pam, the re-edited version by Amaziyah the Great. And check the book out. Look out. It's Don't Cry by Craig A. Kirkland. Available on Amazon. Another remarkable Jamaican. Maximum respect in every aspect. Big up everybody who passed through, who are here still. And, you know, we aim to do more greatness as the journey continues. We should be having Samani S. Triplet on this coming Sunday for the TDP show. We also will be having another phenomenal young act. She's a singer, she's a poet. She is Bliss. So this is her on screen. So do look out. Eddie Louis the B will also be here also. And I am looking to either add Amaziyah this coming Sunday. I spoke with 2 other peeps. So if it's not this Sunday, Amaziyah will be on. It's the next Sunday. But we will be having a grand time with great acts on the TDP show each Sunday. So do remember, it's every Sunday at 5 p.m. and, you know, maximum respect to all the supporters all over.
They say it's a free world, free speech. Fear not. If you've got your story to share, there's a global audience anticipating to hear. Be bold, be truthful, tell them precisely. Join us on youtube.com, Great Amaziyah, for the TDP show. Sundays at 5 p.m. And this is not about just interviewing artists only, but we want to interview everybody. Players of instruments, comedians, poets, actors, actresses, dancers, people with talents who now get fair share. And remember, It's all about honesty, the truth about your opinion. We want the world to know. Amaziyah the Great, tell them precisely.
Thank you so very much. Maximum respect. With that said, I'm just going to end the show right now. So see you next Sunday at 5 p.m. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everyone.
Okay, viewers, fans, friends, my family, them, subscribers, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Please do feel absolutely free to drop us your comment and be kind to leave a feedback. Yeah, comment, like, share, and tell others about it. And also remember to hit the notification bell if you want to be updated on what's new. Talking about what's new, go and go check out Amaziyah the Great collections. Me have whole heap of merchandise for going with a bag of things. Enough t-shirt designs, don't tell them precisely. Available on Teespring. Enough people are talk about it, but go and go look for yourselves. Links will be in the description below. We have tops for females, males, babies, cups, phone cases, etc. Mr. Go and go look now. Follow Amaziyah the Great collection on IG and like us on Facebook. If you haven't watched My Name is Pam before, features my sister Quality. Please do go and go watch it and share it as it relates to domestic abuse against women and a woman's struggle through it to independence. Also remember to check out Amaziyah the Great music on Amazon, Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, Google Play. It's everywhere.